Test. Test. Okay. Oh. Okay, there you go. Okay. Copy this. Keep this chat so that we can input the new and improved chat. Oh, that we can put new and improved chats, which I test right now. Cool. Look at that. Here. All right. Hello, hello, and welcome to the second trial. I'm gonna be completely honest here. This case honestly confuses me so much. I'm so confused. So much so that let's look at our truth bullets. Here. Here is all right. Let's look at the truth bullets because I'm cooked. I don't understand. In fact, knowing who did it is actually cooking me because I don't understand how we go from A to Z. Like, there's the whole alphabet in the middle, and I don't know how we get to Z from A. I think if I didn't know, it's probably more straightforward. It's like I have a puzzle and I'm trying to force the puzzle pieces in. Like, I have the puzzle and I know what it's supposed to look like. I'm trying to force the puzzle pieces to create that image. That's what's happening inside my head right now. Okay, yes, Monokuma File 2. The victim is Kazuna Komori. Estimated time of death is about 9:30 p.m. Found in the power room, Switchium, on the school second floor. There's a long torn wound on the stomach and the bleeding is large. Critical cause of death is a cut through the esophagus by a knife. Right. So... And the blood, sorry. The blood near the entrance makes me think that there was a struggle where Kazuna got first struck in her stomach, and then the knife wound, the throat wound came after that struggle was done and decided for. That's the only part where I am fairly confident in. Everything else is just a big question mark. The fire is the hugest question mark of all, to be honest. Like, it is the like I've never been more confused about, like, the rubber ball haunted me for that day that I the rubber ball haunted me for those 24 hours, but this fire is actually worse. Burnt marks. What happened here? The floor and the walls of the Switchium are full of burnt marks. No matter how you look at it, it's very recent, but what was the cause of these? The only thing that makes sense is that, like, Zuna and the killer were both holding flashlights, and because of the attack, they dropped it, and then because they dropped it, they broke, right? And because they broke, the fire started. I don't think that's how that works. So, I don't think that's how that works. Stomach wound. Mori's fatal wound is a neck wound, but there was a large wound on the torn stomach. This also appears to be cut with a knife. I wonder why did the killer even strike for it? Of course, stomach could be fatal, but they would have a throat scream to kill next. They wouldn't have had to hit the stomach first. This is just saying that the Monokuma file is legit, right? One of the results of the top study, basically, she said, it matches information. Yeah, please. individual, but in Tamori's case, it must have been taking an extreme amount of time to die. She said she must have felt a terrible pain. Okay. 2 flashlights were found broken in the switching room. The flashlight of Tamori and the killer didn't destroy the evidence then. What's the reason to be left here? Seeing that both of them were broken, there was a struggle happening at the same time. And that confuses me. What happened in that struggle that led to a fire? This dog water dying message, by the way. These 4 X's. Hello? A weird message that looks like it says XXXX. So it looks like that. So it doesn't actually say that. Oh. The killer left it behind right before Tamori died. This has to be a clue somehow. I don't know what meaning it does have, but Tamori left this important message to us, so we have to be thankful. I will judge her. Oh wait. I mean, this kind of... The glass broken kind of like an X shape, no? Broken glass window. The window of the switch room was broken. Broken dentures forked through... Broken denture. If you leave through here, you can leave the power room without having to leave by the switch room entrance. But there's a person on the other side of the entrance to the power room. They couldn't have avoided being seen while killing Tamori. Even if they got no way out, why would they break the window? This was the cause of the fire, right? Is it because they broke the window and then by breaking the window, still had a current in it, and that's what caused the fire? The fuse line is located along the wall of the switchium. The middle of it is burnt and there's traces of being wet. It seems that this was the cause of the fire inside the switchium. Probably the culprit was fighting a fire with the fuse. What was the reason for it? Yuki, your guess is as good as mine, brother. It is as good as mine. A large piece of a man-sized cloth is placed in the corner of the switchium. It's been checked and there are burnt marks in several parts of it, and it's bloody as well. It's probably for the purpose of stabbing with a knife and not having blood on your body, I guess? We know that someone had my secret, and my secret said that I might be the animal. The insect. Lighter. It was found covered in a bloody cloth. It is small lighter with the fire polar size of a ringer, or of a finger. It will be enough to cause it. What? If so, the switch that triggered the fire was caused by this lighter may not be possible. The motive that Monokuma shared with us 2 days ago. A piece of cloth was covering it with a lighter burning almost everything. The content of it cannot be read properly, but within some letters you can see that it's a secret note. Why is my secret note on the crime scene? Yuka Maeda might be cooked. He might be cooked. Blood smear dropped on the switch towards the entrance. Tamori died deep within the switchium. The fact that this blood goes towards the entrance means that the killer ran away urgently injured. However, there's blood up to this part only. The person secured cleanly outside this room from the entrance on the switchium towards the exit. If they came out this way, I have the window broken. I don't know. I mean, this wire trap. This wire trap is also cooking me. Switchium has a wire trap installed on the entrance. It's so sharp that it's difficult to confirm with only bare hands. That was how Hinata hurt her leg. Looks like the killer installed it. What was the reason? Wasn't the killer only aiming for Tamori? And yeah, she's cooked. She can't run again. Investigating a black object at the entrance switchium, she stopped getting caught in a wire trap and hurting her leg. Is she okay? It's hard to say that the killer targeted Hanato. If it wasn't for her, what was the purpose of the wire trap? There's a third flashlight that's burnt. This is what Hinata was trying to investigate when she was injured. It's hard to see properly, but it's a flashlight. It appears to have been caught in the fire of switchium, but if you have a flashlight, you already have two inside. It was placed as, why would it have only burnt without breaking? How? Prior to that, the flashlight in the switchium prime came with Tamori and the killer. Who was the flashlight then? Oh no. I asked Akane why she wasn't in the student dormitory during the nighttime broadcast at the time of the incident. She said just before nighttime she was cooking in the kitchen and smeared some oil on her clothes. Surprisingly, you sure made a sloppy accident, Akane. Tsurugi's testimony. Tsurugi told me what happened at the time of the incident. Around 9 o'clock, Hinata shouted that the switch room was on fire. He grabbed a fire extinguisher and extinguished the fire from outside. There was a sound of glass breaking, and when he entered, he saw Tomori's body at the end of the room. The order of people who discovered the body was Tsurugi, Ariame, Rei, Shinji. Those four. Akane and Mikako came after Monokuma's announcements. And then he said that this is too neatly broken, right? Yeah. The glass window at the end of the switch room has broken. According to Tsurugi, the side where Tomori was dead, the side where Tomori is dead was on fire, and the window was broken while extinguishing the fire. There's the killer who was inside the switch room breaking through the window inside the smoke. However, in Tsurugi's words, he said it feels wrong. It's too neatly broken. And then Teruya, bless his soul, this is a fucking useless testimony. I went to a tea shop, everybody to keep things in check, lighted the fuse, the flashlight, all disappeared after nighttime. All the items that were used in the crime scene. At that point, Tomori was free to go around at night. There was also the other two, Rei and Kinji. And among those three, did anyone take the tools? In addition to why does not come from the tea shop? And we have mystery bullets. Spoilers. Spoilers. Alright, let's go, I guess. Well, let's go. Let's reveal the corrupted seed that committed murder again. It's really painful, but I have to do it. Cheer up, everyone. I'll open the elevator door. Hammer goes down underground with a rattling sound. It was the second time I felt it, but my heart didn't calm down again. There's no guarantee that the culprit will be revealed safely this time. I have to do my best, but I'm a little nervous this time. I can only investigate the power room and switch room, and I don't even know who the culprit was. Can we properly guess in this state? Maeda. Oh, hey. Mikako? Yes? You speak? Yeah. You talked in a very small voice in the elevator to me. Her voice was a whisper without realizing. I answered in whispers too, it seems. Oh, Eris didn't hear because of the elevator noise. Fuck. Let's do this voice again. This time for lore reasons. I've been to. Knife 1 was missing. Oh, really? Seems Kurokawa went to investigate after all. The fact that one kitchen knife disappeared means that the murder weapon on Tomori's neck was brought from the kitchen. This was not necessary. Good night, thank you. Oh. And... yeah? Never mind. Okay. Thank you for that. Kara seemed to have something to say. Kara's a new girl, even though the number of words seems to be few. When I really need it, she talks more than I thought. Well, she is talkative. The thanks to the information Kara gave me, it sounds the source intake is becoming more clear. It would be helpful for the trial for even a little if I take note of it. That's the last truth. Got you. God, talk about a buzzer beater truth bullet. For a long time, the elevator carries down to the basement. With a huge shake, the elevator arrived to the class port. Alright, let's go. You're all here. Great. Let's start a late night class. I forgot this happened. Oh my god. You know what? Yuki's so fair to be scared about this. I would be terrified. What do you mean? It's 1 AM and I have to start a class trial. The room looks different from last time. Of course. If you always do the same thing and the same interior, all the tension dies, right? Change. It's a law that we all need. It is a repulsive room. I think Kinji would not use contractions. It's you're noisy and starting to fall asleep. I'm gonna go to your own seat. Okay. Yep. Mitch's profile is right in front of mine. That's cool, yes. Everyone seems to be everyone seems to be prepared. I feel a different atmosphere than the last time. Is this because you went through one trial already, or is it because your trust is falling apart? Shut up and start, you damn stuffed toy. Hey, it's not a stuffed toy, it's a Monokuma. I'm not upset. Whatever. Even if you rush me in, I was gonna start anyways. We should finish quickly and everyone go back to sleepy time. Yeah. That is, if not internal sleep for the majority. Okay, let's start. Yo, even Monokuma's tired. I would not trust his a sleep-deprived Monokuma sounds scary. Sounds terrifying, actually. More, a girl who was a classmate and she was looking for affection recklessly, but at the end she opened her real self to us, and it wasn't bad at the very beginning, no matter what anyone thought in the process. The killer who murdered her so badly. And not enough with killing Tamori, the culprit who committed an unforgivable crime that made Hinata lose her leg with a trap aimed at random. Trial to uncover the killer begins now. Trial that risked her life, a lie that took her life, a betrayal at risk of everyone's lives, giving an excuse to survive, an excuse to kill, a fake trust in our classmates. Oh my god, Yuki is such a yapper. A life-threatening debate, a life-threatening excuse, a life-threatening trust, a life-threatening class trial. Okay. 8. We're gonna save. We're just gonna start. Hello? First of all, let's start with a brief explanation of the class trial. The outcome of the class trial is decided by your votes. If you point out the Blacken, only they will be punished, but in case you point out the wrong person, I'll punish everyone except for the Blackens. Yeah. Oh. Also, this translation is brought to you by Zephy, so you better damn well appreciate all the punish rules. Hey, shout out Zephy for the translation. Make sure to check my YouTube channel for any future updates on other translations. Look. Finally, second class trial has begun. There's no such thing as being used to this. There's no such thing as being used to this ridiculous, atrocious game. I'm actually more anxious than last time. It's the sleep deprivation talking. But if I'm afraid here, it can't be helped. As we did last time, let's think carefully with everyone. Now then, first. Wait a minute. There's something I want to ask first. Oh my! What's the holdup? What are you going to ask? Last time, it was my first time, so I didn't question it, but now that I think about it, I believe I have to ask this now. The body discovery announcement. What exactly are the conditions to broadcast? For the broadcast to show up? It's when 3 or more people discover the body for the first time. Hey, why aren't you suddenly asking this kind of stuff? If you find a dead body, then it shows the BDA. Well, technically not true. You just shut up. I see, after all, it is Ray, the one who paid attention to that, huh? Even so, it's basically as Haru says. You find a body, I broadcast it only when 3 people, at least 3 people have found a body, then the announcement will show up for everyone. Alright, so who wants to be one of the lucky 3 people? Was it always like that? Yes. I don't know who was with me, but it was me, Akane, and someone else who discovered Kyoka, right? Is that a rule made on the spot, or was it applied from last time? Of course it was applied from the beginning. In Kyoka's case, Akane found it first, then Yuki, and finally Ayame. Since the order was complete, it satisfies the condition of 3 people. The announcement came up because that rule was successfully completed. Okay, so it was Ayame. Cool. Right, it's true. The announcement rang the moment Ayame discovered it last. This thing, to say an important detail at a time like this. What's that? What's up? Did I not tell you about this? It's too late. What? Ah, crap. Well, you know when people live, they forget. It's like that, right? Oh, I'm not human, but a bear, so it's okay. Okay, when more than 3 people find the body, well, no, it's 3 or more. Well, that found criteria is not dwell on time, is it? Well, that found criteria is not dwell on time, is it? For example, okay, I see. A week passes after the initial discovery and the second one appears, and even if the third discovery appears another week later, the podcast will also ring? Yep, and time doesn't matter at all. When the first 3 people who have seen a corpse in any way, the announcement will sound the moment the third person discovers the body. Okay. This gives us some time for timeline. Which doesn't help, actually. I don't know why I said that, as if it would help, but... yeah. No, I'm still cooked. Right, I know it's fine to check the rules, but is the condition of the body discovery not so important enough to ask? Wouldn't our main purpose now be to find the culprit? Keep quiet, I'm not over it yet. Now then, Monokuma, this is the most important question. That would be a witness to the crime includes the culprit? Oh? Ask a question you want to answer? Yes, do the witnesses include the culprit? So it's one of the people who discovered the body. Can one of the 3 people who discovered the body be the culprit? I feel like the answer should always be yes, right? Because when the culprit kills the victim, technically it's not a body, and they're not discovering it, right? I don't know. Well, that's a very super great, whole delicate matter. I see, even with a sharp sense, it becomes a problem. Okay, I'll tell you in this particular scenario. Depending on the characteristics of the case, whether or not the culprit is included in discovery will be decided at the end of the trial. What? How's that fair? What? Then it's different this time. That no one knows, it's up to our own judgment. That would also induce everyone to be against each other. Am I supposed to say each other without the R? I already told you. Oh, sorry. I already told you this. When it comes to trials, I'm fairer than a Buddha, God and Jesus combined. You said Jesus twice in a different meaning. Well, let's recap. In the last case, you said that the announcement rang because of Akane, Yuki, and Ariame discovered the body. And in this last case, Mitsuhiro Higa, the culprit, must have been excluded from the equation of the 3 people discovering the body. This is true, he was not with us. Meh, I excluded Higa. In fact, it didn't matter much if I included him, since the first 3 people to discover it were together at that time. Then what about this case? The culprit who killed Kizuna. Did you include that person as the discoverer? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Specificatio aside. Why the sudden dialect? Did you copy Teruya? Damn. What? My dialect is not that awkward. I mean, I have the mainland pronunciation. You don't seem to be enough from the mainland to mix different parts of every country. No comment. No comment on that. Well, if you ask my opinion on the particular case, I would be the one in trial instead. If a judge enters in a discussion, it's unfair, right? That'd be a violation. You're also evading the answer. Fine, just looking at your reaction makes me think I touched a sensible subject. Nope. I just don't know what you're talking about. What the hell is Ray talking about? Somebody let me know. Hi. Red here. Inhabiting the body of Yuki. She is questioning whether the culprit is one of the 3 people that discovered the body this time. I know, this is a very complicated question to answer, but, it's not actually. You kind of cooked yourself here. Well, that does it for the mischief to this point. Let's go with the trial soon. Did you know that 12 o'clock has passed already? It's midnight, oh my god. Originally, I was going to start right away, but Miss Ray sounded weird and it's late now. Anyways, let's go. First start with the arrangement of the case. Please begin the discussion. Why did Ray ask such a question? I have no clue what she's thinking. Curious, but now I have to focus on the trial without thinking about anything else. Time to arrange the scene. Let's gather everyone. Right. The new information that I've learned does not help actually at all. Again, it's like trying to force puzzle pieces into the puzzle. I hate to follow Monokuma's words, but we need to begin the case. That is the topic at hand, because the people on the dormitory side of the time situation wouldn't know the details of this incident. Right. Alright, what happened to them? After listening to the body discovery announcement, I was in a hurry to find you guys, and then Tamori, she was dead in the power room, all over with burn marks in the room. Okay, for those who knows, reorganize the scene with the rest, and those who do not know the order of events. From now on, take some time to confirm your positions with everyone. Tsurugi, don't you have something to tell us before that? What? You said you wouldn't make anyone a victim if we followed you. Right. Akane's demanding an apology. For that purpose, we agreed and you got rid of a group of 3 people. Everything ended up like this, so why are you proud of it? So why? Are you proud of it? Good job then. She's cooking him. She's rightfully cooking him. Okay, I would have to make amends to risk my own life and apologize for that because I didn't keep my promise, but if you can't surpass this moment, everyone will die. It's a pity for what happened with Tamori, but I also have a duty to keep you all from being executed in this class trial. If you don't like it, I'll be out of this trial. Yeah, I'm an incompetent cop who can't make promises anyway. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. How can I make this about me? How can I make this about me? Oh my god. That's enough. Everyone's on edge. Think about other things later and focus on the trial for now. Yeah, Akane, I know you mean well, but let's finish this first. Yeah, and Tsurugi, I didn't mean to... Sorry. No, stand on it, Akane. Stand on it. It's fine then. Let's begin sorting out the case step by step. Alright, ready now. Well, you know, I won't say it anymore, but I don't help you, understand? Ray, you know too much, actually. Right? Because everyone's gonna be like, but Ray, you need to elaborate on why you asked Monokuma that question. No way she does nothing in this case. She does nothing for 2 cases in a row. I can't help but respect it, honestly. Again, dedication. In fact, it's even more impressive that she did it her 2nd time. I don't need you, because there is Tsurugi with us. Are you talking to me? No, Ray, you can stay. Don't let me do everything. We have to do it together. I said this to myself. Even for a useless person, you must understand the truth of the case. Well, if you're telling us to say this, you're kind of like low-key calling all of us useless, you know? Ooh, alright. Then let's begin. I didn't manage to get the power room at the beginning of the whole incident to see it directly. That's just what we heard and saw. The first part. Around 9 p.m., Arami discovered a fire in the power room, was it? Yeah, I was walking down the corridor on the 2nd floor before nighttime, but when I entered the power room, there was a black smoke coming out of it because it seemed to smell like something burning. You mean that's what happened? I was in the antique shop, but I had no idea. Well, you were on a different floor, buddy, so probably why you had no idea that was happening. I heard Hinata's yelling and rushed to the 2nd floor. Uehara and Rei were together as we bumped into each other on the way. We went first to the power room, the epicenter of the fire. It seemed it was hot and smoky. Not the bear. Not Monokuma. I meant Smokey the bear. The fire was about to spread from the control room to outside. Yes, exactly what Tsurugi told me. I already know this part from Tsurugi. What did Uehara do? What did he use the fire extinguisher? Yeah. It's about a fire extinguisher in the hallway on the 2nd floor to extinguish the fire, right? Yeah, that's correct. By the way, how did Maeda know that? Me and Tsurugi are buddies. Unfortunately, I'm cool with Tsurugi. I'm I'm bound to be cool with Ray soon. You know, just casually making friends with the smartest people in here. High key, best survival strategy ever. Just be friends with the really smart people. You know, that way no one's gonna target you because you know the smart people. No one's gonna, and the smart people aren't gonna target you. So, like, who were they closest to? You know. And the ones in that area were Tsurugi, Inji, Ray, and me. Oh, I asked Tsurugi about it while investigating. Right, I told him Maeda knows the unfolding process of the case. That's so. Let's continue. The four of us are putting out the fire. I heard something breaking inside the control room. At that moment, Tsurugi looked at Uehara and asked to see if someone was going out of the power room door and the other three, including me, went to the control room inside. And inside there was... Mori was dead. Yeah, at that point, the BDA came out. Kane and Kukawa arrived at the power room soon after. Fraud. Okay, from here on, our Doran team has joined, so let me speak. When we arrived, the fire had already been extinguished. After that, like last time, Monokuma handed out the file and put his time to investigate. Right, from here on out, the things that I've seen with my own eyes, right after I examined the control room and returning, that happened. That being, it says after, right? So, yeah, injury. Early thereafter, Minato had an accident in which her leg was injured by a wire trap. That's what happened? Yamaguchi said it was before in front of the elevator. Didn't you hear, dummy? Ayami-chan, is it really okay? You still seem to be a little wobbly. Oh, no problem. It hurts a little right now, but it's not a major injury, so we can treat it properly after this trial. Isn't that right, Inori? Isn't that right, Leon? Ah, that's... Yes. Well, you don't have to worry. Please continue with the trial. Ah. Right. Are you gonna... I thought you weren't getting involved. You, that leg wound. Is this an injury more serious than expected? Ooh. Yo. What are you talking about? Didn't you say it was okay? Well, you see, Hikaru. Crazy concept to explain to a lawyer, but... Looking fib. Even pretense is useless. Do you think I can read other people's minds? I once again say that I already struggle. I mean, I would imagine many people struggle with taking her seriously as a professor. A 15-year-old college professor. But she also doesn't make her case easy. Because, oh my god, if my professor said this, I would immediately just let out like the biggest sigh. You, that incompetent and the doctor, the atmosphere of you three, it makes things clear that something happened. Well, Kanata gotta be the worst doctor in history. Oh my god, patient-doctor confidentiality, who? What? Never heard of her. Shall we guess? Let's see. How about the leg injury? That's so serious you won't ever be able to use it again. What? What are you talking about? Ami-chan said she was okay. That is a lie, right? Ray's just talking nonsense, yeah? Yes. Hey. Sorry, I thought you might be worried more, so I decided to keep this with... No way, she actually broke patient-doctor confidentiality. Look at my surgeon, dog. I'm hooked. Yo, everyone here, like, a different shade of hooks. How did they get their talents? Actually, how did they actually get their talents? Oh my god. Inori, no! Is it a lie? What do you mean? In reality, Ayami's injury, the moving muscle tissue, the most important posterior tendon was amputated. Yeah. Without luck, it's a serious injury that you might really have to wear crutches forever. What? Why was she lying to say that it's okay for that serious injury? This is the most important trial of our lives. Every detail matters. Wow. How does knowing that she may never run again important to this case? We already know what led to it. We already know that it was the wire trap. So you're saying that the wire was that strong, it fucked her up that badly? Is that what the importance of the case is? Sorry. Because of that, Hinata and I thought it was to avoid getting you guys confused, but I'm sorry that Hinata tried to pretend to be okay, so... Oh my god. So sorry. Ayami-chan, it's a lie, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get some more. This is fucking great. No way! There you go, it was fixable. Okay, now I'm actually gonna get water. Bum bum. What the fuck? Sorry. Tell us something. Just tell him that it's human nature. Sorry, I was lying. What? Then it's really... Because the nurse's office is now locked, and since there are no facilities for treatment to treat the wound, it is literally hemostasis. It's really hard to stand still. Isn't that too much for her? Hinata, shouldn't you get treated quickly, get healed, and come back to the trial later? I don't think that's allowed. Hey, what are you talking about? What's more important than the trial? Yeah. That is, but Ayami-chan, she can't even run again. No, I'm sorry, but I agree with Ray. Whether your legs is crippled, cut off, or unable to walk, if you don't win the trial, you will die. And in which case, you know, you're gonna have a lot more to worry about than just some, like, you know, fucked up leg. It's more serious than what you mentioned before trial. I lied that I was okay with this. As a result, it caused even greater confusion. Sorry, everyone. Ami-chan doesn't have to be sorry. Can't she be let go? At least get her proper treatment? Oh. No, it's absolutely forbidden to leave the court during the trial. Yo. But you gotta say it's something interesting, because that's what Kyoko did. In chapter 2. You gotta say that there's something interesting going on with Tamori's corpse, and this is where we revealed that she actually doesn't have pink hair. She's wearing a wig, and she's actually brunette. If you're worried about Miss Hinata's legs, you have to finish your trial first. You say that, but I'm also in agreement. I don't really care, but I want you to focus on finding the culprit. If your focus is on me, I'll just die standing. But Ayami-chan. So she says. But let me. Oh my god. So she says. But let me comply with the will. And don't you think it would be wise to finish this trial earlier in time and get treatment? Well, Hara's right, Hinato. It may still be painful, but please hold on a little. Let's focus on the trial for now, everyone. Okay. Thank you for your consideration, Akane. It's just side quest after side quest after side quest after side quest in this trial. Then let's get back to the main topic again. Yeah, where did we end again? We're talking about Hinata's injury by the wire. Yeah, shortly thereafter, Inari took Hinata to provide first aid. We went out of the power room and we continued the investigation. That's the end of it, right? Quiz! I think it's a useless question. Sorry in advance. The infirmary was locked, so how did you do Hinata's treatment and where? Room. Classroom. Right, I needed something tough and thick to use as a bandage. There were some things like rags in the warehouse. However, since it's really a substitute only for first aid, the possibility of additional sepsis and bacterial infection. So we'll need antibiotics just in case. But in order to get that, we have to find out the killer and end this trial, right? Yeah, but because someone died, well, is this really another culprit among us? A killer who stabbed Mori? Now, why are you doubting it for? That's for sure. But if you point the killer gets executed. It seems like you're sacrificing one person to save Hinato. Actually, you're not sacrificing one person to save another. You're sacrificing one person to save 12 of y'all. I guess this point would be 11. To save 11 of y'all. So, math is mathing here, you know. Unfortunately. So, would you save the killer? To save a killer, 11 of us have to die. I agree. Let me say this, okay? A person who knows their own situation is cheap, even if they die here. How long will you use our time on a useless topic? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. I apologize. Also, how come Rei and Tsurugi team up? They seem to be getting better now? I understand Tori's feelings, but is it okay? I feel the same because it feels like, in the end, whether or not we point out the killer in this trial, someone will be killed. Yes, actually. Either one killer gets executed, or 11 of us get executed. This is not like... This is not a secret here, guys. Wish there's no victims, but that bare Monokuma thing won't let us go. Damn it. The purpose does he want us to achieve? The case was cleared up. Who's the killer? We have to figure that out. We have to figure that out from now on. Honestly, this case has a lot of twists. If you think of it as only an ordinary murder case, it's not going to fit in at all. Look, alright, Tsurugi. Tell me why I'm having such a hard time getting from A to Z. First, let's solve the mystery of each event one by one. The party should be the victim's body. The body? Mori's corpse was an important clue to be able to tell the whole story of this incident. There aren't just one or two secrets related to her body, to the corpse. Personally, I didn't notice there was anything special. Stomach wound. There's a stomach wound. There's a dying message. I'm assuming that's what he means. There's the stomach wound. Corpse. Based on my investigation, let's present the evidence gathered. Now on, non-stop debate will begin. Would you like to read a tutorial? Live and learn. Don't learn and get to it. Yes, live and learn. Non-stop debate is part of which points out the I did know this. But I forgot which shift key. Yeah, of course you'll need to shoot the correct statement or continue. If you pick the wrong one, you know the deal. Have fun. By tapping the lower right corner arrow, you can skip faster. Alright, and I'm guessing I used arrow keys to move, and then shift to switch the bullet, and then enter to fire. Stomach wound. Stomach wound. What clues does Tamori's body have? I don't remember. The knife was on her neck. Yeah. Also, the whole body was with blood all over. It was terrible. Suzuki was vomiting for a while. She was dead. Is this relevant? Other than that, can't you think of something more essential? Fuck. How do I shoot? There's a written Monokuma file about what Tamori died of, and he gave a clue that supports the evidence. Okay. Knife was on her neck? Maybe? No. Not sure. Oh my god. Oh, body was all over blood? No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you. What's that? Is this relevant? No, I'm just cooked. That has nothing to do with the stomach wounds. What does it have to do? Oh my god. Yo. Oh my god. No way put us that far back. If this is what happens every time we lose, by the way, I'm going to cry. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's that? Um. Bro, we're gonna be here for a minute. There's so much pretext to the first discussion. Oh my god. Okay, wait, before we start the non-stop debate. There's a trailer that I wanted to react to. Concept of being this far back in the trial. I don't know what the true bullet is then. I guess the knife? It was from the kitchen. But that's all we know. From the kitchen. Spamming it. I'm gonna have to answer these questions again. Where is the skip button? Where is the skip button? Where is the skip button?
Put it out.
Where art thou? Where are you? You know what? Oh no, my glasses are out. Hold on. Put them on, but they actually cooked. The most cooked pair of glasses. Fine, we're back. Oops, sticky keys. Okay. Rod Karu, by the way.
Put it out.
Okay, we're on the topic of her leg being fucked up. That's very all power. Type You've been here for 5 minutes, by the way. Skipping not long. Skip. Okay. Ask, where did you, her? Yeah. Okay. There you go. I think this is the pretense, but there is something I want to do before we get to the trial. Sorry, before we get to the debate, there's a trailer that released. Either yesterday or a couple days ago. I don't know. What I do know is that I want to watch it on stream because we are going to be playing, even though I've been putting it off for English so hard. Even though I put it off a couple times. I'm a resident. Cool. All right. I'm gonna take my glasses off for this. I can fully appreciate what I'm about to watch. Bowser. Let's cook for me, trailer.
Hello? I had a little bit of a problem on the road. I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Away, it's dark. Oh.
Hello?
Who's Brian? Yo, you mean to tell me that there's gonna be a Resident Evil movie and Leon isn't even in it? Bro, I don't even know the lore like that, okay? But isn't he damn near the fucking... Who dat?
We're sorry.
Director of Weapons. Oh, okay. Cook. And Barbarian? Oh, double cook.
Hey, babe. Look, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier, but, some things have, happened. I'm in, like, a seriously fucked up situation right now. And it looks like there's a chance that we might not get to talk to each other again.
Yeah, what's that? What is that? Comes a new era of evil. Residents?
Wanted you to know.
Evil residents? Ooh.
I love you.
Resident Evil. Interesting. That's my official reaction to this. Top comment, this is a story of a random dead NPC you find in Resident Evil game. The story of the guy who had the cure but his inventory was full. The story of a guy who writes a 3-page journal entry in the middle of getting attacked by zombies. The story of the guy who quit his job right before Leon showed up. That's it. That's the one. That is definitely the one. All right. I don't know. I think the correct way to put this is that I am aggressively ambivalent with this. When he opens the shotgun and its barrels are empty, this guy at Resident Evil's. Oh my god. Why is everyone saying, where did everyone go? Bingo? That's gotta be for one of the games. Resident Evil Outbreak vibes. I'm sorry. Sorry. Let's Sidetrack of Hell. Anyways. Let's continue with the trial. Oh fuck. I mean to do that. Alright, so it's definitely about something to do with what Mikako said, Mikako's testimony. What, we're gonna say that the knife was found in the kitchen? Because what else are we gonna say, right? That was a stomach wound, but I guess it's too early for that. The clues that I was gonna have is the knife on her neck. Oh my god. Why is that a contradiction? How is that a contradiction? Is the knife on her neck? No, that's wrong. It's the kitchen knife. Bro, if I was Akane, I would throw hands. Like, what do you mean you interrupted my thing? And the only thing you gotta say for that is that it's a kitchen knife. Sorry, Mr. Perfect. Akane, wait a second. The weapon that stabbed Komori was not a simple knife. It was a kitchen knife. This is the most well actually. Well, actually. You said it was a knife, but it was actually a kitchen knife. Huh? Kitchen knife? Right, it's very clearly stated in the Monokuma file. The definitive cause of the death is a cut through the caused by a knife. Right, sorry, I can't remember it well. But what difference does it make if it's a kitchen knife? Like, what other knife is there? Maybe in the antique shop there's like a switchblade, but that's clearly a kitchen knife. But the kitchen knives are only in the kitchen. Is there any evidence the culprit brought it? Yeah, it's sticking out of her neck. What? There is, yeah, it's sticking out of her neck. Because Kukawa saw that knife disappear from the kitchen right after the incident. Isn't that right, Leon? Oops, sorry, I mean, Mikako. So real. Yes. Too slow response. So the killer brought the kitchen knife out of the kitchen. Yes. I guess disappeared from the kitchen. Oh. You gotta be quick on the uptake here. But that's a little weird. If the killer used a kitchen knife, that's a contradiction. There's a contradiction. It's closed during nighttime. What are you talking about? Why are you blue? Oh wait, I think I know. Is that why Akane's speaking up? It's clear that at the time of the crime, Akane should know that it was contradictory for the killer to take the kitchen knife from there. The reason is that she was there.
Put it out.
Akane, that contradiction is because you were in the kitchen at nighttime, right? Uh-huh, yes, that's right, that's it, Maeda. What? But what does that mean? Ray, didn't you say you weren't gonna meddle? Even Ray's like, what is happening in this case? Y'all desperately need me to be involved because even you don't know what happened here, Tsurugi. Deadass, the only time she might get involved is even Tsurugi's confused. I said I wouldn't help, I didn't say I would not raise a question, asshole. My fault, G. Yikes! Akane told me she was cooking in the kitchen near the end of the nighttime. Cooking? What was she cooking? Yeah, I'm sure, because I remember that I accidentally splashed oil on my clothes and wiped them in the bathroom. There you go. By the time it took you to go to the bathroom and come back to the kitchen, then someone took the knife. The natural follow-up is, did you notice the knife was missing when you came back? And she's gonna say, clearly not, or else I would have said that it was a kitchen knife. Ooh, that happened. Wait, if Akane was still in the kitchen at that point, how did the culprit take the knife from the kitchen without bumping into her? Also, that's not all that's weird. Akane said it was around nighttime, but Tomori's death was at 9:30, written in the Monokuma file. Akane, I'm asking just in case you're the last person in the area, but did you put all the kitchen knives in place before you left the kitchen? She died 30 minutes ago. And Akane was in the kitchen after 9:30. Is this a timeline that... So, Zuna died at 9:30 and Akane was in the kitchen after 9:30? Is that what Kakaru's thing is saying? Yeah, so he's done when I was kicking myself, so I remember it for sure. Wait, what? When the kitchen was used in the crime, Akane, if you check all the knives in the kitchen, it doesn't make sense. That's why I called it a contradiction. Think about it. Do you think it's not a kitchen knife then? No, there's only kitchen knives in the kitchen. The second floor was open and I've been searching all the places ever since. But when everyone started investigating, didn't Kurokawa say she saw that this kitchen knife disappeared? She told me specifically, actually. Didn't tell any of you guys, for good reasons. You guys suck. Even though she was also part of the police state thing that Suri did, so never mind. The knife used as a weapon. Kitchen. That's correct. Which one is it? Tsurugi, don't you know? Sure, it's a contradiction. You don't even have to think about the ridiculous story of using another knife out of nowhere. Tsurugi reached the limit. Now we're all finished. But there's only one way to solve this problem. Really? How? Very simple, in fact. Akane, you are lying right now. Don't submit to a polygamy. What is it called? I was right. Don't submit to a polygraph. Those things are inaccurate. What? Huh? Wait, why is it this way? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma file doesn't lie. Then the time of death should be 9:30. Also, the kitchen knife is only in the kitchen. Therefore, the order of events, the kitchen knife being taken from the kitchen killed Kuzawa Tomori is established. Fuck. Alright. I'm good. I'm alive. Breathe. These two facts can be proven with certainty. But what does Akane mean? What proves that a woman was cooking in the kitchen? Now wait a minute, what are you trying to say? Akane, I'm in doubt. Were you together with someone, yes or no? I was alone. Cooking with Akane. Solo edition. What if Akane was doing her own? What if Akane was a live stream? It could have been live streaming, guys. It's okay. Streamer. The ultimate maid is a streamer. She started her own cooking show. So this is what happened. She has the alibi of 1 million viewers. It's just that people, you know, we don't have any tech in here. Monokuma confiscates all tech. Step into the courtroom. Yes, just in the courtroom. I can't believe it without witnesses. Anyone can use it as if it's just a talkative alibi. Oh no, wait a minute. Why is the room like this all of a sudden? I was really in the kitchen, guys. But if Akane words are true, it would never make sense. I mean, Mikako, when you went to the kitchen, was there or was there not food prepped? I feel like that's the best alibi imaginable. Akane, did you lie? Why did you lie? Don't tell me Akane is the culprit? Why am I the culprit? What reason is there for me to kill Kazuna-chan? There's nothing. I've got it. She kept ignoring your persuasions and invitations. Did you bear a grudge? Look, my lawyer, dog. Look at my lawyer. Funny, really. Kazuna grunted a lot, but in the end she accepted us. The murder happened after that. I can see that you may not be the killer. Still, to say you were in the kitchen would be a lie. Why are you lying like that? No, it's not a lie. Akane, tell me honestly. I want to believe you that you're not the culprit. But then, Akane's really lying to us? I mean, Mikako can be her alibi. She just has to say that there was really food in the kitchen. Oh! Wait, I can't tolerate Akane being the culprit without corroboration. But I'm not trying to blame them. It doesn't make any sense if Akane's words were true. No, there's a case where Akane's words can be proven to be true enough. What? Did you even realize, since you don't, let me show you. The fact that Akane never lied. From now on, counter argument showdown. Would you like an explanation? Yes, because I forgot. Showdown's a debate against a person, yeah, I just need to know what What, the shift key using the selected truth knife. Also, okay, so I'm guessing also truth knife like chasing, sorry, you can change the truth knife like changing a truth bullet with the left and right arrow keys. Elementary, it's like an non-stop debate with knives. Shift key is useless for white text, and when the decision key is pressed, the words are cut in order. The opponent said them, be careful. Also, if you dispute the wrong yellow text, your health will be depleted. Okay. What? Finding words were true. When Tamori died, it's simple. As soon as they killed Tamori, they put the kitchen back. Time of death is 9:30 p.m. You can't use a knife before that. There's no explanation for this. No, there's still a contradiction. You forget Tamori's fatal injury is cut to the throat, meaning it's not hard to think that the death was not instant. In other words, the time of Tamori's death, it's almost consistent with the time being using the knife. You don't know that. In fact, even such a time as death differences once the problem is solved in the rest. After Akane left the kitchen, the culprit turned to the power on the knife and stabbed Tamori's body. What? Even if Akane's words are true, I have to respond somehow. I have to read that. I have to. Okay. After Akane left the kitchen, the culprit returned to the power room with the knife and stabbed Mori's body. And what two bullets do I have? Akane left the kitchen. Sorry, Akane left the kitchen. When she left, she went to the bathroom to wash her hands. After that, Akane must have heard the body discovery announcement. Go to the power room. After Akane left to the kitchen, can she really pick up the knife and return to the power room? Kitchen. I don't see it has a contradiction. Simple. Okay, so it's this. I think it's shift. I think it's shift. No. Fuck. Right. Something is that. I think that's the contradiction. Aha! Okay, it was the blood traces. Why though? Why? Why does that say that the kitchen knife could not have been returned? Ayame, sorry, but there's a contradiction in that logic. What are you talking about? Isn't it possible to commit a crime while proving Akane's words? Kanata, you mean the killer is taking a knife out of the kitchen right after Akane leaves the kitchen to wash her clothes, and they run straight to the power room and put the knife back into Tamori's body. Yeah, if you move quickly, it's quite possible in less than 3 minutes. Oh, because that's evidence of a struggle. Got you, got you. Fast isn't a problem. Did you forget, Ayame? By the time nighttime began, you guys were already putting off the fire in the power room. Oh. Ayame, Tsurugi, Ray, Kinji, if 4 people are in the power room and walking with an object that stands out like a kitchen knife, it cannot be missed or even hidden in plain sight. In other words, even if someone secretly managed to pull the kitchen knife out of the kitchen while Akane's out, it's absolutely impossible to enter inside the control room and stab the body. Can't. Thanks for explanation, Maeda. Thanks to you, it saved us trouble. Bro. You're still on thin ice, buddy. I still don't know how to feel about you. Kind of wilding out. Like Maeda said, now I understand that you're close friends with Akane. Unfortunately, if Akane's words were true, there would be an absolute contradiction appear in her testimony. Akane, speak up your minds. Did you really lie? Can I say one more important detail in this? When the current body discovery announcement showed up, the 4 of us put out the fire, and the 6 in the student dormitory confirmed each other, so there's an alibi for us. But Akane and Mikako, you 2 have no alibi. All this much has been proven thus far. Akane really killed Tomori? Tomori? Am I even saying her name wrong? No! I'm not the real killer. Akane? Really? The kitchen knife thing, I really don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'm not really the culprit. I didn't kill Kazuna-chan. Again, Mikako can just provide an alibi by saying that she really saw food. If she saw food in the kitchen, that confirms the fact that she was cooking and not being cooked. Akane, really? Can I trust you? But how do you explain that when you don't have an alibi? If you do not have it, it means that either Akane or Kuokawa are the culprit. You're the most potential suspect in every way. Is it so weird to cook alone and go to the bathroom? I just happen to be alone. Akane, tell the truth, and if you're not guilty, prove your innocence. He's just the commentary man. Just be popping every now and then just to give like some random piece of commentary that no one asked for. Is Akane really the culprit? Certainly, even without an alibi, there are other 2 places in doubt. But was Akane really with Tomori? No, I just can't doubt it yet. Not until all the riddles are solved. I have to think what's been missing in the entire premise thus far. Haruya testimony, burned fuse lines, asked glass shards. What? Is the Chinese culprit? What? I am not! Akane doesn't have an alibi since when? Currently since 9:30 p.m. That's what I think. And there's no alibi for about 1 hour and 30 minutes with a witness missing. That's enough to kill a person and for the fire. I did not! What was the fire for? There's a lot of confusing things at the scene. There's a lot of lighters, flashlights, fuse lines, etc. Be able to detain those, really. No! Fuck! Ah! Yes, 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 yes. I knew it. I just missed it. I fumbled, I fumbled, I fumbled, I fumbled. Oh my god. Oh my god. Way that I have to jump. Okay, wait. Okay. We got it. It's okay, guys. We got it. Recovered. Wait, Haru, that's impossible. What? What do you mean about Akane procuring the tools used in the crime? Yes, Akane has no alibi for the time being, I can't deny that. Bring the tools, however, there sure is one. Oh, you seem certain about that alibi. I want to hear this. The reason I know this, it's because of the fact that somebody told me. Right, Atori? Huh? Atori knew it. The lighter and the fuses appear during nighttime. Gone? From where? I guess would be the antique shop again. Tori mentioned that he went to the antique store every day. After Maki's incident, the antique store was filled with the most of the items. Then after nighttime on the second day, the things used in the case suddenly disappeared as mentioned by Tori. Oh, that's right. I did check them. Are you saying that the killer took tools during nighttime on the second day? That would be the case, unless Tori's lying. No lie, it's true! Hey, the second day, Tori, it was almost 2 days ago. Why didn't you talk back then, knowing what kind of scene was made when Maki was... Sorry, at the time I wasn't able to figure out things properly. It could have just been my mind playing tricks, so I wasn't really sure about it. Well, if you're sure about the tools were gone, then the killer took the tools in the middle of the night on the second day. That is what happened so far, if I understand this correctly. May I ask what that does? Sorry, may I ask why that does become Akane's alibi? Alibi is because can't go to the antique store on that night. Who doesn't know about the three who weren't? Yeah, so Akane can't go to the antique store during nighttime. Akane was scared at night. Yep, it was this one. It's because of the late night rule. But I mean, she still could have broken that. That's not really an alibi insofar as like if she was following Tsurugi's words. Then yes, she couldn't have done that. But we have no way of proving that she was following Tsurugi's words. So, no. Why Akane couldn't bring the tools at night? That's because of the nighttime rule, of course. Nighttime rule? Wait, what? If it's the nighttime rule, that's what Tsurugi decided, right? To not come out of our rooms late at night after 10. When did you decide that? Let's use our critical thinking skills here, Ray. Let's use our critical thinking skills. Ray and Uehara have no choice but to know now, because the group decided when you were not there. Oh wait, that's it. They don't come out of the room at night. This means that all the rest, meaning Ray and Uehara, who were on their own, could have come out after nighttime. Anyone could have gone out after nighttime, actually. But cook. Yes, in other words, Akane was also in the time frame alibi during nighttime. Yeah, I never came out of my room at night. Wait a minute. There's no alibi at all. Oh no. Oh no. We're about to get cooked by Ray. Huh? The nighttime rule isn't a rule set by Monokuma, isn't it? What makes you think it's a genuine rule? You don't get killed for breaking it, and no evidence if you did, right? That's what I said. I'm sorry. But I think the same thing. Even if Akane followed the rules faithfully, it's no different from before without evidence. Yeah. They're calling her the most cooked character ever seen. Does that mean... No. With that rule, Akane's alibi could be enough. What? What? Because she would never break one of my rules, because she is. She was part of the group, which automatically means she's better than you, low-life criminal scum. Oh, what is it now? Until now, you've been pushing Akane, but now you're in defense this time? Doesn't tell me you're gonna accept your own rules now, because that's a self-made rule. Surely not. I know the laxity this rule has. So then, it's lax? Yes, y'all could have just said you didn't go out your room. Of course, as Ray said, it was an informal rule and it was decided by yourself, so there's no problem with breaking it. What? Break it? Isn't that actually helping a culprit? Oh no, Sarugi! Did you suggest such a thing even though you knew this would happen? Sorry I kept it a secret from you guys. Actually, I did some work on your private rooms. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you install cameras? Work? Indeed. Every nighttime, I put a thin thread on the door of your private room. Oh. Okay. Red. What does that mean then? If you open it, it would fall, right? In fact, it pasted so that it passes between the wall connected to the door and the door frame. If you do this, tape will break when the door is open and the door will break as well. So if the thread is broken, it would sound like someone has opened a door. Now, I've been watching at night every day this way. As nighttime starts, I put a new thread on, and I got up earlier than anyone else in the morning to check if any of the threads were cut. I can guarantee you, Akane has never been out of the room in a single night past 10 p.m. Okay, Cook. I thought you actually did go full police state on us, but I mean, you kind of did. But no cameras. It was just like some rudimentary test. Got you. Oh, did you do that? The guy who... what? Did you do that? Who exactly left their room on the night the tools were gone? Oh, then do you know who left their rooms? No, unfortunately, I did not find that out. What do you mean you couldn't figure that out? You mean you couldn't confirm that the thread was broken? No, it's because no one has broken the thread. Right. Right. It has to be one of the three people who didn't go along with his psycho cop thing. What? That means no one left their room at night on the second day? No. They were precise to rest except Ray, Urahara, and Tamori, because those three were an exception. And that means it was one of the three that was able to use the tools at that time. However, Tamori is already dead, so either Ray or Urahara are the culprit. Don't make such rash judgments. I swear I didn't commit a murder. Now wait a minute, Tsurugi. What does that mean for us to have a threat on the door as a secret? What do you mean? I explained it was a device to check if you were out of your room. Not like that. It's as if you couldn't trust us at all. I mean, you were spying on us without saying a word. Yo, Akane. I am in place, Akane. I'm in place. Please. Akane's right, Tsurugi. You didn't believe in us, don't you? You don't believe in us, don't you? I feel like this is, first of all, pork pound in kitchen. Second of all, this is the least of your worries, actually, like right now. It is not my reality to believe or to not believe. To be or to not to be. This is just my nature, my own personality. I'm basically always suspicious of everyone other than me. Why is that your nature? Wop. What's with the expressions of disapproval? I proved Akane's alibi thanks to the threat on the door, right? Reasoning itself, it's impossible unless you're basically suspicious of others. Tsurugi, you really... Stop it! Stop! This isn't you! Sorry, I always have to add the last part in whenever I read it. Why do you keep trying to fight? This isn't the time right now. While we're doing this, Hinata's leg... Everyone, calm down. Even if I omit my legs. How many times is this going to repeat already? It's not too late to cover up disputes after the trial's over. Now let's focus on the case, please. Okay. So, is this just me and the priest who eventually took the tools? Now I think so. Isn't that funny? You guys, all the other kids are suspicious, but Tsurugi is not at all. This is true. True. Because, you know, he was checking everyone else's thread, but who was checking his? What? Cook him, Ray. Cook him! I'll say this again. No matter how much you guys claim Akane was in the kitchen, it's useless without evidence. What do you prove, Tsurugi, that a guy attaches a thread to a door? Where is the evidence that confirms your actions? Tsurugi? if you think he's the culprit, in all situations he can sleep at will, why is Tsurugi not suspicious then? That's the question. Yes, yes, yes. You think I'm the culprit now? They're having a intellect off. Are they right across from each other, by the way? I don't think I ever noticed. Well, I'm just talking about possibilities. But you know there's no evidence in your words, do you? I don't think they are. They're not. If that's the case, then there's no evidence for Tori's testimony then. The only one who checked these items were Tori. And even though it was just gone on the second day, we have no way to check it. What in the blazes? You can't believe me now. One moment. If Tsurugi or Tori's words are false, isn't Akana's alibi also false? I've been streaming this for 90 minutes. You're telling me that we made 0 progress in 90 minutes? 0 progress? Ugh. But I'm calling this the most cooked case in the history of Danganronpa. Wait, what? I'm telling you the truth here. Everyone is in disarray. It's like they're trying to look for reasons to distrust each other even more than in my trial. Has the trust started to break? I don't want this outcome. I'm powerless on my own. Enough. Considering the truth or falsehood of the testimony will change nothing. I believe that testimonies that have already been pointed is already a testimony worth considering. I like to approach this from the other side. Case Furukawa, I think that's the first time it came. I think this is the first time I came here that you said the longest speech. This is true, but you still said slowly, or at least I read it that way. Furukawa's right, you guys. Now, don't mind trivial things. A lot of time has passed. Focus on the finding the culprit. As soon as you finish, will it be daybreak till then? Am I already half asleep right now? You shut up. Man! This is why I hate Hofspeak students. Yes. It seems that we were so enthusiastic about the killers being liars. As Kukawa said, let's turn around halfway back and move on. Okay. I think that would be good, because I also want to avoid making Discord with you guys. Discord! Whoa! Tsurugi is on video chatting message sending platform Discord. I was gonna try to find a noise on actual Discord, but I don't think I can. Wait. Discord. My own makeshift soundboard. It's just gonna be on Discord, man. Actually, how loud was that? Me getting sidetracked for the 10th time today. Okay. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Whatever. I'll watch the replay of that. Maybe unironically, perchance might actually be my wait, do you need Nitro to add more sounds? No, you don't. Oh my god. Actually cook. Sorry. Yeah. Do whatever you want. Go around halfway. You mean talking about the identity of the criminal? Are you going to put things aside for a while? Either way, Whether Akane lied or not, we don't have the evidence, no matter who's right or not. Let's first solve another mystery. The fire? Please, the fire. It's fine too, there's more urgent, it is more necessary just to go back to. But even if we go back, what do we do first? The fire, please. It's the same as before, you guys recall the most important thing in this case is the dead body. But aside who the culprit is, tell me what doubts you have about it. Path towards the outline of the criminal will look more natural. But tomorrow's body was the most important clue. Let's recall in my memory how tomorrow's body look. Oh, this is stomach wound. 100% this is stomach wound. We're remembering how her body looked. Yeah. How Tamari was killed, let's think about it. First I thought it before, but first of all, it's a knife, right? Yes. 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 Yes, the Monocle points this out. Yes. 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 Tamari was dead and switchy him. Why did she even go to such a place where it's not even light? Are you winning, son? It's possible the killer murdered it. I think. I don't know. I'm still very confused about the details of this case. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, hello Ravenpaw. Welcome to the stream. Anyhow, Tamori is in some way went to switch room. Instant death with a knife? No. It's this. Okay. The TLDR of this case. Ravenpaw. Actually, and a little bit that you missed yesterday. Did we find a killer yet? No. The little bit that you missed yesterday is that Ayama's leg got so fried by the wire that she legitimately might never run ever again. And she's the ultimate sprinter. So she is actually cooked. So far in this trial, we've just been arguing. Like it's just like it's not even productive discussions, it's just been like arguing. We know that the knife used to kill Kazuna came from the kitchen, and then Akane's like, but wait, are we for real? No, actually, yes. I've been streaming for 90 minutes, and we've like moved 2 centimeters, if at all. Akane's like, but wait, I was in the kitchen all night. Sorry, I was in the kitchen around the time that Kazuna died, and it's impossible to take the knife because the knives were all there while I was in the kitchen. And then everyone's like, but wait, if you're in the kitchen and you say all the knives are there, you're lying. And if you're lying, then you killed Kazuna. And Akane was like, but wait, actually no, I swear to God, I was in the kitchen. I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her. And we have no evidence that she was in the kitchen during the time. But then we said that it couldn't be her that killed Kazuna because tools went missing from the antique shop 2 nights before her death. And everyone made an agreement, everyone in Tsurugi's group made agreements to, they're hanging up on my girl for no reason. I don't know about no reason. They all made a group, it's like that Celeste thing, you know, like we won't leave our rooms after 10 p.m. But then Ray is like, but that's not a real rule, so you could just lie about like never leaving your room and still go to the antique shop to get all the tools. And Tsurugi was like, actually, no, because I actually made up a system to tell if someone secretly left their room at night. And Akane has never left her room after 10 p.m. And then Ray is like, but you could be lying. And then everyone was like, she's innocent, she does no wrong. And then Ray was like, but you could be lying when having a system, because who's keeping you in check, Mr. Police Officer? Wait, Ray T. And then it was basically all that, and then Mikako was like, y'all, we have no proof of whether Akane was in the kitchen, whether she took the tools from the antique shop, or whether Tsurugi actually has a system. So let's just forget about this and move on. And then this is us moving on. Teruya, that's not it. Oh, by the way, Ravenpaw, have you seen the Resident Evil trailer? I reacted to that earlier in the stream. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel very ambivalent about it. Resident Evil. Yes, yes. I'm gonna let them cook. I'm gonna let them cook. But so far, I'm like, I don't know. It just seems very. Yeah, I need to let them cook. Tamori's cause of death was obviously a neck wound, but there was another wound. There was another one. The stomach wound, that's right. Tsurugi. Oh, fuck. Me reading the name. Right, that's the most important point. The stomach was stabbed? Stab. Why is that important? The killer just stabbed her twice, right? But why did the killer stab her twice? Yeah, basically the producer just wants to use Resident Evil name. He said no characters from the games are going to appear as so buns. Bro. I had a nickel for every time they used name of a game in name. It's just a regular zombie movie. That's why I felt ambivalent towards it. Because it felt very generic. But I don't know. I thought maybe they could have cooked, but yeah. They also did with Until Dawn. But the thing is, the Until Dawn movie, I didn't watch it, but I've seen the trailers. The Until Dawn movie is such like an interesting concept. It just sucks that they called it Until Dawn because it's like very obviously not Until Dawn in the slightest. And I think same possibility could be here. I think this Resident Evil movie could be a good movie. It's just, why did they call it Resident Evil if they're not going to follow Resident Evil? In general, it is, but think about it. The cause of the neck wound, in this case, for some reason, you stabbed your victim in the stomach and the neck later. You're going to kill on the neck from the start. Why would you start at the stomach? Because there was a struggle, right? So the killer went up to Kazuna, and they were like, "I'm gonna stab you," but then Kazuna was like, "No," but then she didn't move the killer's hand far enough. Then the killer just ended up grazing her stomach, right? Please God, give us movie adaptation that's faithful to the game, please God. Oh, true. That's why I'm also curious, but also slightly cautious of the Life is Strange show that's about to come out. Because, I don't know. I'm gonna say I've been scorned, but I don't think I've actually been scorned in that way. It takes a lot for me not to like, oh, it's so over. Stomach was hit cleanly, but the fatal wound was missed. How was she killed in the end? Is there something amiss? Oh, he rhymed. Ugh, that's so cruel. You can probably see it like that. Looking at the case as a whole, it takes something to put into notice. What do you mean something to notice? Perhaps the fire has something to do with it. This fucking fire. The fire and the wire trap are both things that are haunting the narrative right now. At least for me. Because me, when I just use terms without actually applying them properly, what does it mean for a fire and a wire trap to haunt the narrative? But they've been tormenting me. Fire, that's right. It turned out that there was a fire in the switching room. Yeah, that's the room where Kasuna's body was. Remember, there was all like burnt marks all over the place, and then there was like a cut fuse. Yeah, it's also important. You guys don't think the fire happened unnaturally? That's true. If you see a fuse on the wall and even a light on the floor, you can see it right away. So are you saying that the killer started the fire for some reason? Look at my lawyer, dog. Look at my lawyer. I'm so cooked. Is there any reason to do that? This is also a question that really doesn't matter. It's a power room, okay? The search room is a really important place, so I heard. It's a big deal if it gets damaged. Well, it's a really big place. It's cool. Of course, a fire was there. Fortunately, we lit it because the fuse line was laid to burn only the walls. But oh, I was supposed to not speak, right? Leon Kennedy, help us. Oh, by the way, Monokuma also confirmed that it's now past midnight. So we're having a trial. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes, so I'm gonna also assume that an hour has passed in game. It is now officially 1 a.m. and we're having this trial. We're cooked. We're so cooked. Why'd you just say it now? It was late to only burn the walls? What the fuck? Oh, it was kind of puzzling after all. It was such a big fire, but Mori's body didn't burn at all. Only the wall without touching the machines or the body. Was there something on the walls? The wires! Are we dead ass? If it's the wall, what else was there? A wall. Is there something on the wall in the switching room? There's nothing coming to mind. Wait. Looking back at there was a line passing by it too. It was on the wall of the switch room along with something else. Are we dead ass? Oh. Sorry. No wonder this trial's gonna be long. Everyone's running around one collective brain cell. So true. Looking back at it, there was a line passing right through. If it was on the wall of the switch room along with something else. There was a line passing by it. This? Do you want me to do this first? Oh, I see. So no, I was right. I just did it in the wrong order. Oh, it was on the wall in the switcher room. There's only one thing: the glass window. The glass window. That big glass window? But wasn't it broken by the time we arrived? Oh, well, it turns out that when Tsurugi and the others brought the fire extinguisher to put out the fire, didn't they say they hear something cracking or breaking inside? That's right. At the time, I thought it was the sound of someone in the switch room breaking the window and going outside. I asked Uehara to check the entrance to the power room. In the end, no one was seen. Wait a minute. If the only thing on the wall in the switch room is a glass window, the culprit's purpose was to burn the window? Don't burn a window. Melt it. Well, I think here this summer, when the glass is heated, it becomes fragile. Oh, never mind. Well, okay, no. But that's still not burning the window, though. Then the killer set fire to the switch room after killing Tori and broke the fragile glass window while everyone put out the fire and took advantage of this to escape. But Uehara said that he didn't see anyone leave though. If that's the case, all you have to do is heat up the window and break it. There's no reason to do a big job by setting the whole wall on fire. It's possible it was used as a smokescreen. Actually, Uehara tried to check the entrance, but didn't he say you couldn't see anything because of the smoke? Okay, well then that's different from not seeing anyone. Bro, everyone's throwing. Not seeing anyone and not being able to see anyone because of the smoke are two different things. What is happening? Wow, that's too complicated. Anywho, doesn't that mean someone was inside the switch room right before we got in? Yeah. An important detail that we never would have gotten to if we just went with your stupid recollection of it. Then me and Tsurugi, who were gathered at that point, Uehara, what? Me and Tsurugi, who were gathered at that point, Uehara, Ray, I got you, sorry. Then me and Tsurugi, who were gathered at that point, Uehara and Ray have definitive alibis, right? No. You guys are making a big mistake just now. Well, here comes Tsurugi. No, that's wrong. Huh? What do you mean? Think carefully. Then in your thoughts, you can spot the contradictions. Bro. Oh. Bro. If you don't... Tell him, Makoto. Oh, great. Here comes Big Pimpin'. The secret note? It's the glass shards. It's the glass shards. Oh, sticky heats. Oh, sticky heats. We are mistaken. What do you mean? He's gonna be like, the glass was broken too neatly for it to belong. Reorganize what you guys said. Okay. Surely the fuse and the lighter were used. Right. The reason the killer used those, it's because there was a purpose for setting a fire. Usually the only surrounded by the walls that would have burnt the walls. Yeah. In addition to windows, there's no special items in there. What does that mean? Meaning the culprit broke the window and smoke started to spread. Okay, I think I missed it. You guys checked that? Inori, glass windows are fragile when heated. Yes, the molecular state changes and cracks occur. Yes! Okay, I thought I missed it, but I didn't. Detective Red has officially come back. Have to be careful. There you go. These are my actual like sunglasses. The fact that they fucking broke is actually devastating. T. Yeah, that's it. Good answer, streamer. Thank you. No, it's just what. Yeah, that's what. As Tsurugi said, I think we were mistaken for one thing. It's what Inori said just now. The broken glass. That's what I mean. What are you talking about? We know for sure that the glass window is broken, aren't you? Yes. It's a little bit weird because it was broken too neatly. What does that mean? How does glass shards appear too neatly? Oh, it was placed. It was placed. Oh. Duh. Yeah, the glass window was broken, but it wasn't broken by anyone. It wasn't broken by anyone. Did the window break on their own? And now I'm confused. That's a bit ridiculous, but I guess it's not a wild fantasy. No, Maeda made a very precise point. As Maeda mentioned, the window was broken alone without anyone touching it. Wait, really? Possible? Like Inori said, the glass is weak to heat. Of course, it can withstand a certain degree, but if it's heated directly, or if the temperature difference between indoors and outdoors is severe, the weakness becomes more prominent. You guys remember the structure of the switching room? Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Me when I'm slowly dying. It was a completely enclosed space except for the entrance, right? In fact, even when the fire broke out, I couldn't feel any heat outside. So it was a temperature difference. So it just broke naturally? Is that what we're getting at? That's why it broke neatly? Yeah, Tsurugi's words are correct, but still, isn't it too much for a glass to break just by thermal change without an external force? Of course, the conditions are just right, not impossible, but I don't know what you're saying. Heartbreak. You just let me go. What are we talking about? It broke again. There you go. Good. So, these glasses unfortunately have an expiry date. Right, as Inori mentions, the logic is a bit far-fetched, but what if the conditions were met? Explain. Huh? I don't know if anyone noticed it because it wasn't part that was noticeable at the scene of the incident, and because the switch room itself was dark and probably no one was interested in it, but the glass window switch room was very tight. What could this possibly mean? That's it. If the heat alone was left with enough time to break by itself, Tsurugi's words would make sense. What? Hey, it's an interesting reasoning, but what's the basis of it? That it was only possible that the glass would break on its own by hearing this? You didn't throw this without thinking, right? Ray? Of course not, because Tsurugi's remarks have an adequate basis. Isn't that right, Tsurugi? Oh, he threw it to him. Isn't that right, Leon? Right, did you also notice it, Maeda? Yeah, actually, I was also guessing when I said the window wasn't broken by someone. The exact reason the glass broke on its own. That's probably because of the glass shards, right? Shards. Correct. Please don't tell me I'm the ugly. Please don't tell me I'm the only one in the world that doesn't get this until you give me a proper explanation. Yo, Satsuki, just like me. Satsuki, just like me. Heartbreaking. I think when you think you're the Tsurugi and the Rei of the group, but you're actually the Satsuki and the Haru of the group. You hate to see it. First, I only knew that the killer would make use of the window in some way to escape without fail. Satsuki said during the investigation, the glass broke too neatly. Window, it's neatly broken. Right. The glass was neatly broken. What does that mean, you ask? In other words, it means if you broke it with human strength, it wouldn't break like this. Yes, I got that. I understood that much, yes. It's human power. It's neatly broken. I don't understand it. I see. What you mean is the broken shape. When I listen to it and think again, it really feels like that. Yeah, if someone breaks a window with a hand or blunt object, it would crack and break like a spider web. Have you ever experienced it at least once? You accidentally broke a glass or the shape of broken glass? I actually, fun fact, I actually accidentally fell on a mirrored, basically on a mirror, trying to put on my winter boots once, and yes, it did indeed crack like a spider web. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, definitely. It looks like it was broken into a very complex shape like cobwebs. But how was the glass window broken? He falled over. Yeah. But how was the glass window of the Switchium? It's like a broken shape, as if parts of the window somehow got neatly removed. No matter how you look at it, don't you think it was broken by an unnatural way? It certainly looks that way. There seems to be no contradiction in Tsurugi's words. Funny, isn't it? Rei, you must have known this much. I feel like you have to stop trying to test me. Don't think of the class trial as a joke, Rei. Oh my! Thanks for the advice. I was just worried that one day you'll become as lost as these friends of yours. One of these trials, she'll actually contribute. I don't know which one. She'll Rei clock his tea. She's been doing that all chapter, by the way. This is actually pretty entertaining. His asthma. Tsurugi, don't mind, Rei. Keep going. Actually, they just finished explaining. Wait a minute. If Tsurugi's words are true, then when the fire broke out, doesn't it mean that nobody was inside the Switchium? Oh, so that's what he meant. Oh, look at my lawyer, dog. This is the first time I meant that affectionately. Thank you for, like, summarizing that. Okay. Wouldn't that be very likely? If someone was inside and were trying to escape, it would be quicker to break the glass manually, instead of waiting to be heated in order to break itself. Oh, so they started the fire to give the illusion that they were still inside Switchium. Okay, I see. Yes, besides, Uehara at the time opened the entrance to the power room and was guarding it. No matter how thick the smoke was, if someone tried to leave, they would have been caught. At the time, we all thought we hadn't seen them because we all knew someone broke the glass. In reality, no one was inside the Switchium. And thus, the killer deliberately heats the glass and breaks itself. And the reason for making us think someone was inside... Yeah. I got there. It took me so long to get there, but I got there. Okay, that's it, right? Then, in the end, everyone's alibi no longer holds. Is that the conclusion? And then Akane, who never had an alibi to begin with, is now not as suspicious for not having an alibi. I wouldn't say she's scot-free, but she's not as suspicious. Eh? Think about it. If no one was inside the Switchium, the killer was ready to start a fire in advance. He could mix in us at any time. If that's the case, aren't you saying that it's possible for everyone to start a fire, including Tsurugi and the group who went out to put it out? And the rest of us in the dormitory side? Nani? What? Oh, you mean we don't have an alibi either? Yamaguchi's right. Anyone can commit a crime by reasoning from the information provided thus far. Wow.
Hold on. Isn't that established under the premise that the person who caused the fire is the culprit? It hasn't been clear yet, but it seems too hasty.
Who else has reason to start the fire if not the culprit? Oh. Literally what she says. Even so, at the very beginning, the timing of this incident, Tori's death occurred around 9:30 p.m. Was anyone close by during that time? I mentioned this earlier, but I was cooking alone. What was she cooking? I was looking around the warehouse for things to help with treatments. It was useful for Hanato's first aid. I was just lying in my own bed. What the? You mean everyone was alone? There does not seem to be anyone near the time of the crime. So we're cooked, is what you're saying. The only way we could see each other was to find out where each one was, or where the alibis were lost, with the exception of Rei, Urahara, and Morikawa. What? Then we're right back where we started? Yo, the fact that this is a midnight trial has got to be cooking everyone's brains, because, again, yo, the next killer, please do not kill in the middle of nighttime. I cannot do this a second time. Please let everyone have a good night's sleep before you decide to take a life of another person. There's no evidence that everyone has an alibi or to deduce the culprit, that's why. You mean there's no one in doubt? No suspects? Yo, we're gonna be here for like 4 hours? Actually. But then, who was it? Honey, except you. What? Actual reaction. What? Isn't this deja vu again? You know, maybe we're in an infinite time loop now. Hop off my goat. Stop doubting Akane. Didn't the talk about her testimony finish before? This is Ravenpaw right here. This is Ravenpaw in self-insert right here.
No, it wasn't over. It's just that it was put on hold because there was so much uncertain information.
Oh my god, Monokuma, please let us sleep.
Because there was so much uncertain information, nothing resolved about why she lied.
No, I didn't lie. Wait, it's not Akane. Are the testimonies of Tsurugi and Otori proved? As a testimony of Tsurugi and Otori proved it, right? Yeah, that's right. Whoever the culprit is, they have to prepare a fuse and a lighter to start a fire. But wasn't it mentioned earlier that Akane didn't come out of her room in the middle of the night when we went to our private rooms?
I'm uncertain about that. Frankly, I'm suspicious of each of them, and they were put on hold.
Damn. Suspicious. I mean, at this point, everyone's a suspect. Shouldn't we use the information we have, even if it's uncertain information, unless there's an objection to definitively deny it? I apologize. I'm really sorry. Even if there's an alibi for bringing the tools, I'll just keep it in mind. Hane's lying, however. To be honest, it's the same with me. If she's not the killer, why does she make such suspicious remarks? Oh, everyone's back on the Akane train. Hey, I told you, I might have been mistaken. Well, either way, Akane wouldn't be able to get the tools, so she can't be the killer. Enough with this meaningless argument. Okay, Kanata. Okay. Oh. You really are just stupid. Bunch of losers. Oh my god. What now? Do you think we're stupid? Hi, Rei. But she's accusing your goats. Oh my god, Ravenpaw. Your goats are having a clash here. Rei's accusing Akane. Which goat takes precedence here? Oh no. Is it so stuffy that you can't see it? Want me to share some insights? What the? At the start of class trial, you said you wouldn't even help. Oh, did I? Then I won't meddle. Do it yourself. Everyone is big mouth. The one time she was actually going to do something in the trial, he just had to talk and ruin it. No, that isn't, This is first. Rei might know something, you know? Okay, fine, I'll let Rei cook, but only Rei. Alright, let's see. I'll tell you this one thing for those who are ignorant and poor. Alright, man, sure, why not? Yeah, ignorant and poor. Is that there is a method for the criminal to get the tools without using their hands. Say it then! And I am not poor, evidenced by the fact that I have a law degree. Most respective example is an accomplice. Respective. Oh my god, I'm cooked. The most representative example is an accomplice. It's expected that there could be an accomplice in the last class trial, right? But Ray, isn't it less likely that we have one in this case? We were informed that the only person to escape this place would be the killer. Moreover, even if there is an accomplice, it's impossible for them to bring the tools. According to Tsurugi, in the middle of the night, the day the tools appeared, not only Akane, but also because neither of us left our private room. Except for the three who didn't act with us. Then it's gotta be Uehara or Ray, the ones who helped Akane. Why are you already making it out to be as if it's confirmed that I did it? It's not me!
Okay. Sure, buddy. Anyways, surely Ray and me were able to roam around without any restrictions that day. But I haven't shown up to the antique store until now.
Oh my god, they want her dead. Yo, do not fuck up your testimony with this group. You say the wrong thing by accident once, and they just stay on you the whole trial. You don't even have to doubt me or Ohara. The person who brought the items from the antique shop. Can't you see it? Based on the testimonies from Tsurugi and Teruya, there are only 3 people who were free to move around that night during that day. Ray is saying that the accomplice is obviously visible. Surely it can't be that person, right? This is another one of those things where if I didn't know what happened, I would have been confused. Because nothing in this trial so far has made any sense. I mean, okay, so we know that the killer started the fire to make it seem like they were still in the room when everyone found the body, right? So I guess that's the progress that we made. But the way that they keep 1 AM trial court, right? The way that they keep rotating back to Tsurugi, Teruya's, and Akane's alibi, or lack thereof, is really making this so confusing. Well, it's really just Akane's alibi, lack thereof, with Teruya and Tsurugi acting as backup. But because none of those 3 can be corroborated, they're all put into question, which then makes Akane the most suspicious by default. Yeah. I don't know. This really is 1 AM trial core, because they've just been yapping. Like, the only thing that we've done in this 2 hours, in this 2-hour stream, is establish that fire was no. Ray, the person who brought the tools. You mean it was Kizuna? Huh? It was Tamori? That's right. If you have an accomplice, Tamori Kizuna shows up. You can't see anyone else, can you? By the way, I'm so ashamed that the incompetent had to answer this. Man, yo, at one point, you gotta stop with nicknames, alright? Wait a minute. Tamori's the victim, though. Why is she an accomplice? Celeste Core. The culprit is Celeste. Oh my god. The same play again. Tetsuka is actually Celeste reincarnated. And she learned from her mistake from Trigger Happy Havoc. She's like, no, actually. I waited too long to kill my accomplice. I'm gonna kill my accomplice right off the bat. Take that, Hifumi. I mean, Kizuna. That's... I'm not sure exactly, but the only ones to bring the tools are Ray, Uehara, and her. She was the victim, so I wonder if there would be a contact with the criminal at some point. Incompetent. This is a common pattern, is it not?
The story of a criminal tricking someone into a crime. Speaking of which, the criminal took advantage of the accomplice in the end. Wait a minute, Tsurugi? Tsurugi can also bring the tools at nighttime. There's no way to prove that Tsurugi was out of the room or not. Didn't the time run out while I was talking about that? Believe or not to believe? You're free to believe. Now, I think it's wise to follow more clear information than uncertain leads. Yes. If you are with Tamori, you can definitely bring the tools. So what happened? For some reason, Tamori did something funny. The killer himself maintained an alibi that Tamori delivered the tools to the killer in the late night hours. Now wait a second, if Kazuna-chan didn't change her mind, there has to be a reason to decide to help the killer. Or, you said she was an accomplice, but she can't actually get on the level of an accomplice. What the accomplice did was just deliver the tools. I need this thing, please bring these for me is not enough excuse. What about it? If Akane is the culprit, there's nothing strange about that, right? I love this group. This group's hilarious. No! That is not y'all. Akane, I'm sorry. I hate to doubt you, but no matter how much you look, there's only you. You too? Everybody, this is too much. Why are you all so anxious to turn me into a bloody killer? Pop off. You don't even have an alibi. The only difference between me and you is that I made a mistake once. Ooh, she's crying. She's crying. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You got an appropriate stick, so you're hunting witches? You villains. Akane, you're kind of going down the Mekon route here. You do not want to go down the Mekon route, alright? She started attacking anyone who accused her, and she's the worst killer in the franchise. Apologies, but it's a situation that doesn't seem to be as bad as it is right now. I'm the culprit only because there's no certainty at all. Akane's the culprit. Is that really it? As Akane said, there's only one thing everyone is suspicious of her right now. It's just a witch hunt. If there's no solid, this is dead ass Among Us. This is actually Among Us. This is how Among Us. Dare I say, valid crash out? So true. Let's think about it. Is there any more convincing evidence? Is Akane telling the truth, or is she lying? Is this where V3 comes in? This is where Samui comes in. It's like, aha! The theme of the game was truth versus lies. And then Kokichi rips off his mask. Ueharu is actually Kokichi all along, and he goes, "It's a lie!" Critical thinking, I love it. Now on, Flash Anagram will start. Would you like to read an explanation of it? This has got to be Hangman's Gambit, right? In Flash Anagram, you match important clues in your mind while a game is going. Part of the clue or syllable is displayed at the bottom of the screen, and you just need to find the right letter to guess. Okay, this is Hangman's Gambit. Letters will roam randomly. In addition, you must fill in the letter among the blanks, and if you fill in the incorrect one, your speech power will be depleted. When the word's complete correctly, the game will be finished. You didn't tell me how to complete the word. You didn't. Game? Oh, what the fuck is this? You're joking. This isn't translated? You didn't fucking translate this. What? What? Oh my god. I guess. This is actually pretty funny. I can't even hate on it. That's actually objectively hilarious. Okay. Weeby News. Danganronpa, another. I'm gonna go to her playthrough of this game. Let's see. Second trial and execution. Okay. Huh. And we will see together what the answer is pull up the Japanese alphabet. I'm crying. Korean alphabet, actually. This is originally made in Korean. Bowser. All right. Okay. Interact. No. Okay.
Welcome, guys. You guys should see me pretty soon. Welcome to the stream. I am.
This video is 5
I
hours
have
long,
no
by the way.
clue who did it, honestly. Oh shoot! Ah! I didn't mean to put the music on. I meant to put this
Okay.
up. Okay, cool. Also, I have.
All right. All right. Let's see what the answer
Like,
is.
this is what I need. I need the thing for.
Sorry, 5 hours.
Okay. Oh, I guess I can tell you guys what it is. The answer is dying message in Korean. Okay.
Oh. Oh, I see. I see.
Wait. What did I do again for this one? Ah, god dang it.
Which one's first?
See? Oh wait. What the fuck?
Who's first?
What do I press for this one? God dang it, I should have been reading better. Is it Z or wait?
Oh, okay, wait, it's clearly that. Okay, wait. What? Okay. Cook. The child going to 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. FNAF core.
Okay,
right?
Come on now. What is it? What do I press? What do I press again? Wait, back to tutorial. No, stop it. Stop that. Stop that. Because I wasn't playing. What took among the bad? I swear. Letter. Okay.
Alright, what's the next letter?
Damn, nobody under freaking stands. Okay. Oh wait, is that not? Wait, can I not? Come on. Okay, there we go.
Oh, wow. Okay. What's this one? Oh my god. Okay. And then finally.
Okay. Get in there.
It's that one. Okay. You. It disappeared. Oh, you. Oh my god. Hello? Hello? Okay, there you go. Alright, thank you, Weeby News. Right. Alright. Shout out Weeby News. It's dying message. Oh, this is where the XXXXX comes into play. Thanks, Queen. I don't know. This is such a garbage dying message. Oh my god. What could this possibly symbolize? Come to think of it, there's a clue about the culprit's identity. Oh? A clue to the killer's identity. Is that true? If you knew that, why do you mention this now? Actually, so true, Cookin'. Sorry, I just remembered, and even though it's a clue to the killer, I don't know who it's pointing to. You don't even know who it's pointing to? Then how do you know it's a clue to the killer? Because of Kanata. Maida, what you're referring to is a dying message, is that correct? Right, something that I've seen it, but next to Tamori's body, there's some letters written in blood. A dying message, is it? Like a cryptogram that points to the killer before they die? Yeah, everyone take a look at this. 4x. Do we have a 4x in the group, guys? I don't know. There's Akane. There's Yuki. There's Kakaru. There's Ray. These are all names longer than 4 letters, by the way. Let alone not being 4 of the same letters. Is this a dying message presumed to be written by Tamori? Hey, is this it? I've seen this blood spot too. I just thought the blood spattered in a strange shape. Actually, it looks like that, but if there's any meaning in these letters, this is a clue to the culprit, right? I think it's a good idea to decipher the dying message rather than being suspicious of Akane while catching a fuss over it. He is so over this. She's like, guys, for the love of God, can you please stop accusing Akane every 2 seconds? What does that say? Do we have any letters? 4 X's. Yep. XXXXX? 4 X's? I don't know what this means at all! What? I think Tsurugi or Ray may know. Isn't this a professional's job? Basically, the dying message refers to the culprit more directly than you think, because it's just before she dies, the victim cannot afford to waste their time thinking. In other words, if you think a little, it has various meanings that will need to be solved. Don't think very hard, just change your perspective a little. What the fuck is this? Rotate it 90 degrees? 4 X's is still 4 X's no matter how you rotate it. 4X. Does that number have any meaning? Actually, doesn't it seem like the last X is a little big? An uppercase X. Yes. It seems to have a different meaning for the first 3 X's. What is X? What is the meaning of X? Y equals mx plus b, you know? Maybe m plus b. You guys are really stupid. Okay, Ray. What, does that mean you understood the meaning of this dying message? Of course not. There's nothing to understand. This is not a password. It literally points to the killer. What are we doing, genuinely? What? That was it. What? What do you mean, literally? Well, first of all, if you don't know even after telling you this, I'd rather be executed and die. You don't mean that. You do not mean that. Please tell me. No way, wherever you look, it only reads X? Katanaka. Oh, what? Even the lawyer confused, bruh. Katana. Katana. Oh, katana. Huh? Katakana. Oh, there you go. I did fuck it up. Katakana. Reading so hard, guys. Think about it. Wait. Obviously, this dying message is like the letter X at first glance. Okay. It's because there's a lot of blood, but from a different perspective, it looks like... What is... Katakana... What is this? What is this? What is this? Everyone's saying this casually. Katakana. Oh! Oh my god. The word means fragmentary kana. Characters are derivatives of components or complex kanji. Oh shit! Oh! Okay. I'm still a little bit confused though. None of these look like an X. Am I tripping? Me. Is there another X though? That's the only X. We have me. I need a cigarette. Okay. We're just gonna let the game cook because I can't solve this. I thought having a chart here would help, but I'm still confused. By the way, I moved this a ton. It's not actually okay. A letter that reads like an X in katakana. Me. Oh, yep. The most familiar one I see. No, there are many other things you can think of other than that. In fact, Japanese can be read differently enough, even if it's written a little skewed. It's not strange for a person on the verge of dying writes with their own blood, but it would be weird if they would write straight. Then what were they trying to draw in the end? The middle X and the third X, the alphabet X, have long vertical strokes. If the X is tilted, it becomes... Oh, fuck. 11037. This is actually it, but this is like... This is literally that, but if it was reversed, right? Because like that puzzle's stupid easy in English because we recognize that as Leon. But then I can't imagine how simple this one must have been if you know Japanese.
it becomes that. Okay. Wait, I need to write this down. So we have me as one of them, right? So we have me. And then that one is am I tripping? Is it this one? Is it Ya? No, right? Oh, it's Na. Right? Is there a more tilted T? Because it looks like a tilted. So there's that. Okay, so there's Na. I'm gonna label that as Na. Where the vertical stroke is long. If it's long, oh. Okay, I see the I. Where's toe? Toe. Oh. Let's see. So let me erase that then. That was wrong. We have toe and I. We have me, toe, and I. I don't know, man. I'm getting a headache. No, wait. What this word means, when I think of this, the first X almost looks similar to me. Okay. I'll give you one more hint. Bro. Stop with the hints and just tell us the answer, damn it. The third X has a symbol that seems to be hiding. See? It seems. I can't see anything like that. Oh, yeah, I see it. Look closely. It's buried in a big X. So the first one is me, and then the last X is... What is that? Fuck if I know, dog. Like, what am I... is that even an X at this point, or is it just not an X? Because there's a drop of blood in that exact location. I don't know if you say so.
Allow me to raise a question to you. Tsurugi, your reaction seems to be the reaction after knowing the correct answer.
Shit! At one point, after listening to Rei and Kurokawa's words, I came to realize it. It seems like are some other people who solved it besides me, not me. I didn't solve it. It ended with the dying message. If you think of it, the first letter is me, and the last one is has a hidden symbol. The second one are the second and third letters with long vertical strokes. The candidates are I and toe. So it's the second one is me, I, T-O. I think with the combinations, I think the answer for sure. I believe this answer? No, because I have no choice but to accept the result. I have to do it. The person then I have to admit it. What the fuck? I have Miaito, and then whatever the last one is, right? But that doesn't make sense. No one has that name. If you just go by the letters, maybe? Will it help if I just go by the letters? By the way, I know who, like, I know what to press. I think I know what to press here. I think we're at that point in the case. But without, like, if I didn't know who the culprit was, I would not know who to press. That's the thing. Like, this puzzle does not make sense to me. I'm trying to get it by doing the puzzle, and the puzzle doesn't make sense to me. You know what? I'm gonna... Let's bring back Weeby News. Let's see how she figured this out. Danganronpa another Trial 2 stream, guest starring Weeby News because Detective Red cannot figure out this puzzle. And I desperately need to know how the average person figures out this puzzle. Welcome back, Weeby News!
The big check event is on now.
Bring out the goats, honestly.
Top brands from April 30th to May 13th online and in store.
I thought this was a Star Wars game. Okay.
Welcome, guys. You guys should see me pretty soon. Welcome to the stream. I have no clue who did it, honestly. Oh, shoot.
Fortnite.
I didn't mean to put the music on.
Fortnite Battle
Okay,
Royale.
cool. Also, I have So here, but you can't see him.
Okay. Let's see this.
If you look from a different perspective.
If she knows Japanese though, this also becomes
know.
straightforward. Okay.
A letter that reads like an X in katakana. Can you please tell me? Me, the most familiar one I can see.
Alright.
Hikaru? No, there are many other things you can think other than that. In fact, Japanese can be read differently enough, even if it is written a little skewed. It's not strange for a person on the verge of dying who writes from their own blood, but it would be weird if they would write straight. They wrote a different direction then? Then what were they trying to draw in the end? The middle X and the third X, the alphabet X, have long vertical strokes. If X is tilted, it becomes that. Where the vertical stroke is long. If it's long, to-e, me-to-e, me-to-e.
What I got.
To-me?
That's what I got.
Me-to-e. I don't know, man. I'm getting a headache. No, wait. What this word means is, when I think of katakana, the first X is almost similar to the me.
Right.
Give one more hint. Third X is a symbol that seems to hiding C. It seems. I can't see anything like that. Look closely. It's buried in the big X next to it. Ah, okay, I see it. Kind of, I think. It's hard to see.
I don't see it.
Not exact location.
Thank God she sees it, because I don't see it.
Allow me to raise a question to you, Kinjo. Your reaction seems to be the reaction after knowing the correct answer. I know everything. Now tell him, Yuki. At one point after listening to Makaru and Kurokawa's words, I came to realize it. It seems like there are some other people who solved it besides me. Identity of the dying message. If you think of it as katakana, the first letter is me, the last one has a hidden symbol. The second and third ones are letter with vertical strokes. The candidates are I and To. Me, To, me. Like, and there's something else that's like, is that Ayame? Is that, I guess an E is an Ayame. Tell me. Well, it's not Makaru, because she wouldn't be like, yes, read the dying message, but this is my name. Kane, Tyra. Is the word made? Me, Aito. Not the maid. Me, Aito.
Even she's confused. Even she's confused.
I think about the combination. I think it's an answer for sure, but should I believe this answer?
Me, I'm so used to playing like Makoto and Hajime, who are like, or even Suichi, who are both, Makoto and Hajime are both not built like that, and Suichi just lacks the confidence where he doubts the answer. Yuki apparently is like 50,000 IQ. I have to catch up to him.
No,
And I'm not catching up to him.
I have to do it. The person this dying message points to, this person's identity. I have to admit it. Me, Aito. It's pointing to me? Who I meet? As in maid? Is that like... Oh, thank you, Jordan. Thank you for seeing this. I think you're one of the best YouTubers ever. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I don't fucking know. I'm still confused. Let's see what in the chat. They're saying it's like maid. Oh, really?
What? I'm fucking crashing out. I'm gonna crash out. I'm actually gonna crash out. What do you mean? That's not even a name. That's not a name. I thought it was supposed to be a name. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was trying to form a name. This whole time I'm supposed to spell the word maid. Whatever, man. Whatever. Actually, like, what? Yuki, cook for me. For the love of God, cook for me, because I'm lost. The meaning of the dying message. As Kurokawa mentioned, this is a text that could be read as it was in katakana. However, it just looks like the letter X because it's a little bloated. No. Ain't no way. Oh yeah, the maid. Oh my god, this is the second time, Ravenpaw, that you liked not only the ultimate maid, but that ultimate maid got cooked in chapter 2. Because they killed in chapter 2. Oh my god. Yo, I do not want to be the ultimate maid in the Danganronpa game. I'm fucked. No, literally. I hate my life. Maeda, do you know the meaning of the dying message? Kuwakara, Ray, and Tsurugi's hints set on. I'll explain to you guys from now on. Okay, please explain. First of all, the first letters everyone guessed was me. Framed. She's been framed. This is easy to understand that even if you look at it, you confuse it a little with an X, right? I think the second letter is an I. Oh, I spelled it. Did. Oh no, I didn't spell it wrong. I spelled it right. It's Miato. Maito. Maito. And then this is toe. Got you. If you use a vertical stroke a little longer, it overlaps the horizontal stroke. It has a similar shape to me, X. The third letter, it's pretty hard to recognize, but I was able to guess based on Tsurugi's voiceless remarks and the first 2 letters. Maybe this one was supposed to be Do. Oh, that's not supposed to be toe. Mado. This is supposed to say Do. Got you. The one closest to I, if you write a long horizontal stroke, it will have the same shape as an X. I'm still uncertain what the last big X means, but once you look at this far, it's true that one word comes to mind. Made. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Fuck me for not taking Japanese, I guess. A friend who took Japanese. Called her. That should have been like my phone a friend. I'd have been like, hey, got like 10 minutes to spare for this fictional case that like ultimate maid student, Akane. Dot 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 dot. Eh? Suspended? Let's go. Last time this happened, there was still an hour left of the trial, so I think we're good. Because, I have an hour left of the stream. Cool. I am gonna get something to drink, though, because that took a lot out of me. So I'll be right back! There's no way. So Ravenpaw, how does it feel to watch? You're about to watch a second Ultimate Maid get executed. How's it feel? Real time reaction. Trials unsuspended. Ane, among us, the word maid refers to, rather, I can't think of anyone but you. YouTube won't let me say it. Help me? Oh, actually? Me when my mod is being silenced. Doesn't even say anything's being held for review. Damn, they silenced you. They said this message is so bad that not even the channel owner can see it. Crazy. Being silenced. Were you silenced or silenced? Kane. That's okay, to put simply, I'm mad and this sucks. It's really her. You killed him. The way that she's been under suspicion since the start of this trial and it's actually her. Sometimes the witch hunt is actually valid. Now, wait a minute. There must be a misunderstanding. I mean, something like this is too much. Please, wait a minute, everyone. I have nothing, I didn't do anything.
The dying message was written by a person. The Lord does not lie. As long as the dying message refers to the word made, it has already been revealed.
Yeah, the Lord does not lie, but Kazuna could have been. What if Kazuna's so petty that she just frames, in her dying breath, she just frames Akane just because. Was it a lie at the beginning of the trial to cover up her crime? No. Akane, tell me with your own words. Are you really the culprit? Me? I'm not the killer. I don't believe it until the end of the trial. Akane, why am I the culprit? The dying message may say the word made, but there's a big X next to it, which means made, not the maid. That's how you're supposed to read it. There's the fourth X. The fourth X is supposed to mean that she didn't do it. You guys have only interpreted the maid and didn't interpret the X after that. T. X could literally be an X. Doesn't that mean negative? Oh, she's literally saying what I said. Oh no, that's her actual defense. It does not mean negative though. In other words, it means not the maid. So I'm not the culprit. Oh my god, T backwards is E. Holy shit. It's not. It's not. I don't know why that's taking me out, but I don't know if what Akane said is true, but certainly, as she said, we haven't fully decoded the dying message yet. Okay, the X at the end. Well, if you simply look at it, it really does look like it says not the maid, but
If the dying message means not the maid, as Akane says, I would rather be more suspicious of Akane.
Cooked. Lawyer, help us. Lawyer, please. Lawyer's a bit of a fraud, I fear. Huh? Why?
Don't you think so? Who is the killer? I don't recall seeing messages saying who is not the killer. Seems illogical to write. An innocent one in blood by the own victim.
No, Channeling doesn't do shit. He said I'm super shy, but don't worry, once I get into the courtroom, I lock in, and his form of locking in is just providing commentary. Crazy. He just yells. His form of locking in is yelling.
Rather, you would think it is not the maid to take yourself off the suspect list.
Hey, doesn't that mean the culprit themselves wrote the dying message? That's right. There's no law saying that the dying messages are all true. They can show up in many ways. For example, the killer manipulates the dying message to lead an advantage in the trial. Yeah, maid X as it is, meaning the only one who would benefit from writing that is not a maid, would be the maid herself, Akane. Whether the interpretation of the dying message is this or that, there's no way to avoid the word maid. Akane, you really are. Is Akane really the culprit? Can we conclude the case like this? What is this feeling? I can't. What is this? When I'm with you. No. It doesn't say I can't feel this way. Anyways. Is it my heart screaming? I feel like all of this. It feels so contradictory. Is it okay to end up with Akane as being the culprit? Feel my... Oh, there you go. I figured it out. It had nothing to do with feelings though. Can I vote now? It'll be painful to do more. It'll just be... I just want to end this quickly. Wait. Kurokawa? Obviously. It's true that Akane was suspicious. Clearly,
The way she acted seems questionable. However, there's a problem yet to be solved. What? An unsolved problem? It's... As Cora said, it's too soon to end like this. There must be a cause for this unpleasant feeling. Hurry up, girl! Yeah, a secret that hasn't been solved yet. The wire. The wire trap. Akane, why'd you do the wire trap? What was the purpose? What was the purpose? Oh, the third flashlight could also be what she's talking about. Honestly, all of these truth bullets could be it. This is actually crazy. An unsolved problem, I do not know. I'm assuming it's this though. Well, what's the point? Dying message is also over. What else is there? What's this? The secret of the window is over. The tool procurement problem has also been solved. Wait a minute, is there anything left remaining as Kurokawa says? Yes. Only for murder, you're thinking. What do you think there's other than murder? This. Oh shit, it's the injury, it's the injury, fuck. I was right. I talked myself out of it. I generally not believe the cut, bro. Like, that murder was so nasty, there's no way. Kurokawa's words have a clue hidden in them. Certainly so far I've been confused about the diagnosis in the crime scene report. Maybe she just really hated Kazuna, you know. I mean, she did convince us to go talk to her again, but you know, maybe that was all a ruse. Maybe she's just a 1,000 IQ killer, you know. Just yeah. If everyone befriends Kazuna, then no one will suspect that it was I who actually secretly hated her. Anyways, have to get the copy here. Oh my god, I'm throwing again. Whew. Whew. Wait, hear me out. What if it's literally a Sakura situation and Kazuna tried killing her first? Hook. Because we do know that Kazuna, got the tools, right? Kazuna got the tools. Yeah, right, that's it. Did you find something, Maeda? Guys, I think it's a little bit early to call it Akane the culprit. What do you mean? You're the one that said the dying message had the word maid, and I didn't say that she's the culprit because of it. I just said it's kind of crazy that it said maid and we have a maid. Don't be putting words in my mouth. About that, I still can conclude that for sure. Thanks to Kurokawa, I could think of something actually. Right after the incident, do y'all remember Hinato's injury? Of course, now the trial's coming to an end and Ayame's condition is worsening. Get that in order, okay? Why was Ayame injured? Everyone think about it. Why did she get hurt? You saw it. She was hurt by a wire trap in the leg.
Think about it. Who installed the wire trap? When does this come into place? This is also what... Okay, the fire makes sense now. But the wire trap is throwing me for a loop. Still. I mean, the killer must have installed it. Akane! Why'd you install it? That's it. In other words, your opinion is that the suspected killer, meaning Akane, installed the wire trap, right? Oh my god, I'm afraid...
Not your Wi-Fi.
Dream randomly died. That's cool. That's, well... It literally, he blinked. I did blink. And the stream went down to 0 frames. Like, it actually went all the way down to 0 frames. Oh my god.
I think we're good now, though. I'm gonna wait one more minute before we continue. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Now wait a second. Never said I installed anything like that. Why would I aim for Ariami-chan? Doesn't mean you can't, though. Wait a minute. Akane installed the wire trap. The wire trap is there, but when was it installed? When was the wire trap installed? I don't know exactly what's on the wire, but I guess because I was there when Ayame was injured. Ayame was trying to grab something at the time. The wire was installed along the way to serve as bait for it. Then, the wire must have been installed as soon as the object was placed, and that object wasn't there at least until at that point. So when was it was after the fire, yeah, after the investigation started. When the wire was installed, it was probably... So who can get away with installing a whole wire trap without anyone noticing while the investigation was happening? Who let that happen, actually? Because it was in the room where the body was. It's not like the wire trap was like down the flight of stairs or something. It was in the room where everyone was at. And probably was immediately after starting the investigation, I believe so. Is there a good reason for that opinion?
The wire is not visible, so the exact installation time of the wire itself is unknown, but by other elements it can be inferred. Actually, Ayame wasn't just hurt. When she was injured, I know I was next to them, but Ayame was injured by the wire while approaching to find and investigate some kind of object, and she got caught in the trap. Ayame, do you remember? Perhaps are you referring to the burnt flashlight? Yeah, there was no such thing in the corner when I found the body with everyone in the power room, but it was there after the investigation started. In other words, the killer used the flashlight as bait to induce someone to get caught in the wire trap. If so,
They set the flashlight and installed the wire at the same time. Immediately after the investigation began is the approximate time to install it. So, Akane, why'd you install that trap? Kinda fucked up. I mean, kinda messed up. I forgot. I shall not swear.
yeah, it's right after the start of the investigation, right? The wire was installed shortly after the investigation began. Like, what did he add to the conversation when he said that? He just affirmed what the priest said. Yamaguchi? It's strange. This is weird. Weird. Is it not weird? Why are you suddenly yelling? Everyone, open your ears and listen. If Akane is the culprit, it means that Akane installed the wire right after the investigation started, yes? But that's impossible. Why, you ask? It's because Akane was with me. First useful thing he's done all game, by the way. You were with Akane? Surely. And there was a relationship? Eat. Period. Can you stop that? Don't put a joke like that at a time like this. Huh? Does that mean... I know this exactly because Akane was in the same place I was, and we didn't do anything. Y'all didn't investigate? Self-report of the century. What do you mean you didn't do anything? What? How can you say that yo didn't do anything so proudly? Good answer, lawyer. No, what I mean is, I was gonna do some investigation, but I seldom made progress, so Anyway, that's not what's important. It's Akane's story. I swear to you, Akane has been stuck in one spot since everyone gathered to the power room until the trial announcement came out. What? Is that for real? For real? Apart from anything else, there was only one spot that was insufficient, even if you did a little investigation. I want to hear why. Why didn't you mention this, Akane? No, that it was shocking that Kizuna-chan died.
Did any of us do that? Even so, everyone participated in the investigation, but that is not a reason.
Ooh, getting cooked by the priest. That's some, like, holy shade right there. It really doesn't matter. What's important now is that Akane didn't do anything at the time of the investigation, meaning she couldn't install the wire, right? Yeah, that's why I said it's weird. Then Akane's not the killer? That's what I've been trying to say from the very beginning. My fault. Maybe witch hunts are not valid. Maybe witch hunts are not valid. Please, please, please. But what's called a maid? Are we wrong with the interpretation? It's not just that. Akane lied. She's still a suspect no matter how we continue. Haru's like, I made my bed, and I will ride this suspect Akane out. I will ride this suspect Akane train out till the very end, damn it. But when that happens, you can't explain the wire trap. What's going on? She was framed. I think my head will be weird if it gets twisted anymore. Can we stop this already? If you want to die, do it. I won't stop you. Definitely weird. Apart from being simply contradictory logically, it's playing itself separately, as if several instances seem to be gathering events. Why? What's missing? It's as if the contradictions didn't stop to conclude that Akane is the culprit. There doesn't seem to be any different direction in the case. This is the truth of this case. If Akane isn't the culprit, what have you been doing so far for it? You mean it was all good for nothing? Damn, this is the most, like, stressed I've seen him.
But if that's the case, then who is the culprit that we vote for?
I can't keep going. You keep hitting dead ends. Even in the midst of this, Ayame's leg injury must be getting worse. Well, I'll say this. Other than Akane, is there another suspicious person? Who is that? Kuwakawa! What? Why Kuwakawa?
Deadass, don't talk.
How am I
Being framed.
Monokuma, Your Honor, can we sleep on it? Well, I don't understand it because of the dying message and the wire install, but Kuwakawa suddenly disappeared during the investigation. Isn't she suspicious to anyone? Looking at it, the broadcast announcing the start of the class trial rang, but we gathered quite late and Monokuma brought her. Didn't Tsurugi mention this? He said that he had main suspects in mind. If Akane, who's been attracting attention as a high-level suspect, is not the culprit, well, the other suspect, Kurokawa, who is the next suspicious person, naturally would be her? What the fuck? Wait a second. It is true that Kurokawa was late, but what disappeared during the investigation was investigated by Kurokawa's own way. Kurokawa's discovery that the kitchen knife was actually disappeared from the kitchen. Oh, yes, it was her discovery that the knife disappeared from the kitchen.
But even if they were investigating, still, why arrive late? I was curious from the start of the trial. I want to know the reason of being late, even if you're not the culprit.
Kurokawa, you're not the killer, right? Akane just sitting there like, yeah, crazy how that feels, huh, when everyone gangs up on you for no reason. Please answer us, don't be uneasy.
I'm not the culprit.
The reason
For being late, I can't tell you now. After the trial, I'll tell you why.
tell me why ain't nothing but a... If it was for a good reason, isn't there no reason to hide it? Why can't you tell us? The more you hide, the more suspicious it gets.
I'm sorry, but trust me, I'm not the killer.
Regardless of the reason, isn't it a little too much to say that Kurokawa is the culprit? She doesn't seem to have anything to do with the dying message, right? It would have been possible to install the wire, however. No, but there's no other way. This is impossible. She's impossible. It's all possibilities again. Who is a killer then? Even if it's a ghost, it's not impossible? Casper did it. Casper did it. Ha!
You really are fools without answers. Shouldn't you be aware of this? Huh? What do you mean? Here comes Ray after 3 hours of silence. What's the truth of the case? I told you, didn't I? I said I wouldn't help you people, but once it's a trial with my life at stake, if there's no answers, I'll solve it. She said, y'all, I'm trying to go to bed, and you guys are taking far too long. Let me just give you the answer. So in other words, you're idiots with no answers to the extent that I have to come out like this. Damn it! Ray is destroying us! Ray's attitude is sarcastic, but I think she knows something. You don't say. Ray may give us a clue about the situation that we cannot overcome alone. When you look at the goals for your reasoning, I can see how hard your brains are. To put it simply, you are fools who try to solve the same solution without thinking of any other method when no other problem was solved. Thank you for your kind summary description. But you, what do you think yourself? If the same method doesn't work, you should know how to challenge it using a new method. Understood, child? We are the same age. Spread that out there. We are the same age. But what do you mean by new method? It means throwing away stereotypes. Oh my! When it's so quiet, you finally open your mouth, psycho police. Hook him. Is it not a problem if the best young police officer in Japan gets slower answers than a professor? It doesn't matter, but I guess it's all a competition for you. Let's just say it's not. There's nothing to be gained from this charade. There's something sparkling between you two! Yo, Satsuki is like... She is the shipper of the group. She be shipping everyone. She just shipped Akane with Kakaru, when all he said is that they were together for the investigation, and Satsuki's like, oh! So you guys got something going on, huh? And then Tsurugi and Ray have like one conversation in this trial, and she's like, ah! You guys! I sense a little spark between yous. But what does that mean? Stereotypes are thrown away. Deeply unserious. Did you find out something? I'll apologize first. When the trial happens, I was about to be overthrown by the killer because of the misinterpretation of the case. But, deserved it. I was guessing to some extent, but I didn't think the case would be so twisted. It was twisted? It's natural to say you guys made it public. The case is so simple. There's a criminal, and there's the criminal that killed the victim. If you try to solve it, there will be contradictions. Then, wait a minute. So then this isn't a murder case? No, it's a murder. It's clearly malevolent, but... Do you recall what I mentioned earlier? An ordinary murder case would be difficult to solve if you think of it as a simple step-by-step scenario. While investigating before the trial, I guessed the outline frame. At that point, I couldn't confirm this either. However, as the trial progressed, Akane's reactions and the dying message being solved, a truth was reached. To be precise, the riddle that had been solved so far was one that derived from a clue, but what's the truth about it? To put it this simply, the crime is not a case where there's one culprit and one victim being mentioned. What? Not one culprit? Not one victim? So you mean there was an accomplice? Bum bum bum. But didn't Monokuma say that accomplices had no advantages? No, it's a bit ambiguous to call them an accomplice. But what is certain is that a third party, dun, 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 other than the criminal, was clearly involved. Third party? Who is it? You, Akane. 2 a.m. by the way. Deeply unserious. Eh? Hop off. Akane was the third party? Is that different from a culprit or accomplice? For starters, I like to see it like that. As you guys said, if you're a criminal, you have to install a wire trap. But Akane herself couldn't afford it. Because of Yamaguchi, he also saw Akane stand still during the time. Then Akane no longer needs to be questioned, right? Now wait a minute, I'm really sorry, but I still don't get it. If Akane isn't the culprit, I don't know why the dying message points to the maid. And even she lied to us. That's why I told you,
Akane is a third party in this case. Okay, but you see, Tsurugi's saying that she's not the culprit, so technically, in a very roundabout way, while still putting some of the blame on her, he is not accusing her of being the killer. So, Congress. What? It's not a culprit, it's different from an accomplice, but it's obviously a third party who was heavily involved in the case. Maybe she's not even aware of it. The woman's personality is showing her heart on her face. It's proof that the maid lied and wrote the dying message, lying to everyone here. She wrote the message? No way the message was actually, "It's not the maid." Akane, please tell me you did not actually write "It's not the maid" in her blood. Please tell me that you were not dumb enough to write that. It seems by your facial expressions you don't understand it. Okay, before discussing the real criminal, let's begin with a question about it. Oh. The third flashlight. Gotta be that, because we're talking about the third party now. Akane isn't just a suspect, she's a third party. Okay. Not sure what that means. According to your reasoning, at first glance, Akane looks like the culprit. But for Akane to put the wire trap is not possible, there's a contradiction. In fact, it's okay to say that your reasoning in return is the correct answer. What? Ah! Why did he jump scare me? Yo, chill out, man. Being a third party doesn't mean there's a third person besides the criminal and the victim. What the fuck? Lamau. Me when I said it's okay that there's probably an hour left in the trial, and now there's only 30 minutes left of the stream, and we're still don't know who the culprit is. Dog. Dog. Well, however, wait. There wasn't evidence of 3 people involved in the crime. What would that be? A flashlight. A flashlight, of course. There was one more flashlight. What do you mean there was one more? Ayami, that flashlight you were trying to pick up. It's so over. Oh, that's why Hinata injured her leg on the wire. That flashlight, right? But why does it mean when you say there was one more? There was 2 inside and there was 1 outside. I mean, there's some people who haven't seen it. Let me tell you, in Switchium there were 2 broken flashlights. The concept of not investigating, right? Because it was literally inside the room. So if you didn't know that there was at least 2 flashlights, then that means you didn't investigate at all. By the way, Maeda, other than those 2, the third flashlights, it's cooked. On the day the second floor opened, everyone saw it while investigating, right? It's a dark place where the switch doesn't light up. Without a flashlight, nothing is visible. And the fact that Tomori died there would have been something to do with the Switchium, and in that case, she must have brought a flashlight. So one of the 3 flashlights would have been to Tomori. And if you don't see anything, murder is not possible. It means that the culprit killed Tomori is inside the Switchium, and the culprit also brought a flashlight. Huh? Hey, wait a minute. Who is the owner of the third flashlight? Oh, is this Akane? That's right. Maeda explained it very well. The switch room is not a known place, and there's nothing visible, so naturally you expect to carry a flashlight in order to go there. Even if I went, I would need my flashlight back once I'm done with my business. There's no reason to leave it behind. Wasn't this the aftermath of a struggle between the criminal and Tomori?
One moment. Isn't that just by reasoning alone? Unless there's a 0% chance that someone forgot it and left it in the past, it wouldn't be clear.
No, Hara. There's evidence that all 3 flashlights are involved in the incident. As Tsurugi said, 2 flashlights were broken and the last one was burnt. Right! It's a flashlight before it got caught in the fire. That's the flashlight. That was the one on the scene. Now you realize? Is there a fool who still doesn't understand? According to your inference, the fact that the case involved 3 people was adequate basis of this case. I had no idea. You must not have known. Probably the killer tried to use Akane. Really? What does that mean? We've come this far, so I wonder if it's okay to reveal it. I called
Akane a third party, but this doesn't mean you simply witnessed or helped the killer. Ooh. What is it then? How Akane was involved in this incident. By the time everyone might have noticed, not the culprit, but the executioner. What? Is it appropriate to call them like this? What? Tsurugi, you're losing me a little bit, but I'm gonna let you cook. Eh? What's an executor? No way that fits Akane stabbing Tomori. I guess she didn't even do it? That's right. There's a criminal who killed her breath with a critical hit, but it was probably Akane who made Tomori bound. Monokuma, let these guys sleep, please. What? That's a lie? Akane did... Tsurugi, wait a minute. Hey, don't you know what I'm talking about? Akane, you're also a criminal who committed attempted murder, you bloody bitch! Oh my god! Tsurugi! Tsurugi, calm down! Tsurugi! What? Now wait a second. What is this so suddenly? Hey, is Akane the executioner? Don't call her that. He's a cop. Pork found in kitchen. What's wrong, Haru? You said you couldn't admit that Akane wasn't the culprit. No, rather than being able to admit it. But why did Akane... yeah, I don't know what it means that there is another criminal who inflicted a critical hit, even though she was the executioner in the first place. And I can't believe that Akane did this. If you dishonor Akane without a compelling reason, I cannot forgive you. Ravenpaw self-insert. Ravenpaw self-insert, folks. That's right. Akane would never do something like that. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We have a Akane defense squad forming. It's starting again. Didn't people say that they just can't know by looking at them? How you think Akane is not one to do that? After all, you just don't know her enough about her. But she... Why don't you tell me why Akane would stab Tomori to the verge of death? How did that happen? You already let that go, didn't you? We let her go? You don't mean... Yes. The evidence that Akane personally injured Kizuna is exactly what you suspect. A dying message pointing to the maid. Akane's suspicious lie. Why wasn't she the culprit of the direct murder? That's also solved by you. Simple, isn't it? That woman didn't have time to install the wire. What? Everyone looks like you can't understand. Sorry, but besides this, there is evidence that Akane committed a murder attempt. Well, is there any other evidence? No, Tsurugi's right. There's evidence I can only think of. Maeda, even you? Damn, turning on her. Why? I'd love to think that, but as Tsurugi says, it's all true. I knew it too. If you look at the scene of the incident, there were traces of others who couldn't exist. That trace was probably left by Akane. According to the images in my memory, there's one definitive clue. It's the spot selection. You want an explanation of it? It's going to be the burnt thing. Spot selection images or photos in your memory will begin to appear. Look for the places that contain the answer to the correct topic. The method is simple. A photo or picture that fit the current topic will appear. The minigame is pointing to the place you can find the answer. Okay, cool. However, if you've chosen a place other than the right one, you will... Yeah, okay, got you. I know where it is. It's this. It's this. Oh. Oh, I see. So, the killer started the fire to make it look like someone escaped in the window, right? But if that's the case, then what the fuck is going on over here with these blood trails? Got you. Remember what we discussed earlier about why the killer started the fire? He didn't start the fire.
Yeah, in fact, we almost got caught in that trap and confused our reasoning. Now we're talking about why Akane was involved in this case. Think carefully. If the killer's purpose was to make us think that they broke the glass, why is there a blood spot at the entrance? Bloodstain? At the entrance?
Is that so? A bloodstain like walking out of the switch room. That's evidence from a third party that's different from the criminal's intentions.
Was that from a struggle? Maybe it's just Tamori's blood. If Tamori went out of the switch room while bleeding, the power room outside should have been filled with blood spots. Do you think so? Okay. Does that mean the blood spot was after coming out of the switch room because it was dark then? There were 2 broken flashlights inside the switch room. If it were broken during a struggle, you wouldn't know that blood would splatter in the dark after you stabbed him. I mean, I feel like it's natural to assume that there would be blood spatter after you stab someone. Akane did not think that far, I fear. Well then, the blood traces comes from Akane? Wait a minute, after the killer attacked Tamori, they could have set off the fire after walking out towards the entrance without knowing that the blood was on it, right? In this way, there's no room for Akane to intervene. Inari, I'm sorry, but that's also impossible. I like how he doesn't just say that it's impossible. He just says, "Yeah, sorry about doing this to you, but no, that's wrong." The one who killed Tamori by killing her definitively probably didn't splash a drop of blood on their body. Yeah, because maybe the killer used that tool to prevent the blood from bleeding right before they stabbed Tamori. That tool was... Oh, this is the cloth. Got you. Okay, this is where the cloth comes. Actually, there was a piece of cloth covered in blood in the corner of the switch room. Bloody?
This is...
Bro, did no one investigate this trial? Like, why is everyone surprised every time I bring out a piece of evidence? Right, anyone planning murder must be concerned about the bleeding. Probably they use it on Tamori. Without a drop of blood on your own body. If the culprit uses it and murders Tamori, there's no reason for a blood smear on the entrance. Wait, what? Didn't she really... Are you saying Akane stabbed Tamori? Can't believe it. Why did Akane do that? Akane, no matter what you did in the end, there's a separate real criminal who directly killed Tamori other than you. You're not treated as a real criminal in this trial. If you admit to your crime, you won't be executed. Damn, look how stressed she is. So tell me with your own mouth, did you really do it? And why? Why? Just tell them that it's human nature. Why? What? I'm sorry. Sorry? Are you sorry? Then it's really true? You guys are right. I'm the one. I stabbed Kizuna-chan! What? The way I knew to immediately look at the chat. What the fuck? I'm not particularly sympathetic, but I'm curious. Why did you do that? Kizuna-chan. No. Tamori Kizuna. Because she was a human being who had no choice but to die. What? What? What are you talking about? It was Akane herself that most offended Tamori, didn't you? I'm sorry. It's just in case I was found out. I just made an excuse and I got scared. Sure. That must have been it. Actually, you seem to believe that you were the real culprit. But I want you to believe in this. I never decided to kill and stab Kizuna-chan.
What does that mean? You didn't stab with murder intention, but after that remark, you seem to despise Tamori.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Let me give you an explanation. I'm not sure about Rei and Uehara. I'm not sure whether Rei or Uehara know this, but the day after the movies came out, we all went to persuade Kazuna-chan. Actually, Kazuna-chan was also in extreme loneliness, and she tried to convince herself because she knew it deep down. I finally opened my heart to Kazuna-chan, and we hugged, and I finally thought we became friends, truly. But that evening, Kazuna-chan had something to talk about. Oof, shit. Calling her right now, Kazuna tried killing her first? There's no way. Kazuna-chan, are you here? Right here, Akane. Kazuna-chan, I know you wanted to talk about something, but why in such a dark place? Yeah, no one's coming here, right? Oh my god! No, I don't think so. So what do you want to talk about? Yeah, that's right. I'm too scared now. What? Scared? You know, the motives given by Monokuma, remember? Our secrets are- Sayaka, I see you, bitch. Written in there. It seems like you all threw it away, but I got no clue whose I stumbled upon in the trash. Some secret. Do you want to see? First, look at the contents. I'm like flinching, I'm flinching. What is this? Yuki Maeda may actually know the identity of the mastermind. This is funny. This is hilarious. When we get to the mastermind reveal, we'll I'm gonna circle back on this. This is actually hilarious. What? Oh my god. What I would give to play this game not knowing not knowing anything about this. Oh my god. What I would give to not know anything about this game. Holy shit. That is objectively hilarious. Mind you, it's like 4 AM in game, right? This is crazy. What? Me? I've never seen Monokuma! Maeda, is that true? Mind you, Teruya's secret is that he sleeps with his dad at his big age. Hikaru's secret is that he was bullied. Mikako's secret is that she's talkative. Yuki's secret is that he knows the mastermind. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't belong. You're not lying, right? You're not actually playing with us while you know about them, do you? In Yuki's defense, the note said he might know. This is true. But I don't think anyone in their right mind will pay attention to that might, except for Rei. But Rei's not gonna say anything. She's gonna like press him, and then when Yuki gives a defense of how he doesn't know the mastermind, she's gonna be like, I knew that all along. The note said might. Right. Yeah, the message is surprising, but it's urgent me hear Akane's testimony. Akane, resume at once. Okay. I can't trust you, Chan, as long as I can see that. It's not just that. Knowing the mastermind, they might play with us and try to kill us later. No, Maeda wouldn't do that. False. You don't know people just by looking at them. Mitsuhiro did the same, remember? Then what do you want to do, even if you tell the others? No, that's not the case. Eh? Then we can kill him with our hands. Oh, plot twist. I'm so fucking scared. What? The reason why I called you here is actually this. Aren't you close to you? Wouldn't you be able to take him out? Girl, run. You know what you're talking about. Listen, I have a good idea. If you can only help me, otherwise, how can I kill you without being noticed by someone? Go run. Red alarm alert. First of all, I brought the preparations, the fuse, the lighter, and finally, a knife.
Once you pick up Yuki and call him somewhere, I'll stab him with the knife. I'm not talking about that. I asked if you were serious. If you kill, you'll die in a trial. That's when the killer is stupidly caught. Did you forget that the only way one to get out is to murder someone? But then the accomplice rule. So first help me. If my murder is successful, I'll help you. What do you think? Let's get out together. That's not how that works. Are you crazy? Why do I want to murder? App. She tried to Celeste her. She tried to Celeste her. I said it as a joke earlier, but she deadass tried to Celeste her. You kill someone, and then I'll kill someone to get rid of the no accomplice rule. What the fuck? What? Don't you want to get out of here? I want to go out, but doing that at the expense of another's life. That's it then. I'm the only one who wants to go outside more than anyone else here. I'm not a human being who will rot in this place. Why should I? A bright future awaits me once I get out of this place. Actually, I got everything ready after those 2 days from the previous class trial. I also brought those tools early today. I'm gonna kill this traitor. Wouldn't it be less guilty to kill a bad guy, right? You better think and join me here. What are you saying? Being prepared to murder since the second day? Then you didn't open up to us. Huh? Oh my god, this stupid bitch. Of course I was acting. Do you think I'm gonna cry and fall over that crappy event? Oh my god. I can't. Alright, so you just do what I tell you to do. Know that you were lucky that I chose you. Please bring Yuki here by tomorrow morning. No, I hate it. Why should I help murder? And I can't believe that Maeda is such an evil person. That's obviously Monokuma's lie. Kick her ass, Akane. Well, arguably, she kicked her ass too effectively. Anyway, I'm not gonna help you. And Kazuna-chan, please wake up and don't do this. If you are with us, I'm sure we can find a way. Oh, okay, you. What? Well, I didn't expect you to cooperate from the start with the murder, because you didn't. I have to change the target as planned. What are you? Oh my god. Hey! Okay, now that this happened, Ravenpaw, 1 million IQ. The way that you instantly clocked that she tried to kill her is insane. It's actually crazy. Your denial of it being Akane led you to come up with the actual events of the case. The one time denial actually worked. Bro, I saw that message and I oh my god, I had to play that off so well. I had to play that off. Holy fuck, I'm a genius. Hey, Kazuna-chan, you dodged it. Why are you doing this? Kazuna-chan? Why are you asking? I'm trying to kill you. But that doesn't answer the why. You're answering the what. Ooh, ooh. Kazuna-chan, you already knew I was gonna kill, remember? I can't keep you alive. Yeah, Akane killed her and she looked good doing it. It's a pity that you can't kill Yuki, but it doesn't matter if you can't get out of here. Yeah, someone save me. Is that true? Tamori tried to kill Akane first. Even so, before the motives came out, she just made up her mind to kill someone, and all the appearances she showed us were an act. I sense Sayaka from a mile away. Holy fuck. Damn. How embarrassing it is. You had the upper hand. You had the element of surprise, and yet you still didn't kill her. Crazy. Could not be me. Could not be me. Yeah, Kazuna was that kind of person. So you felt in danger of your own life and attacked Tamori in self-defense. By the way, this is clearly self-defense, as he just said. And Tsurugi's like, you cold-hearted bitch. You killed her. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is clearly self-defense, dog. No, that's not right. Listen, I didn't really intend to stab Tamori in self-defense or any of the sort. It just kind of happened. Then why did you literally police officer core? So true, so true. Pork found in kitchen. Tomori ran to kill you. What happened after that? I noticed Kazuna-chan was serious, and I was too scared. I tried to run for it. Then I was pushed down by Kazuna and fell over. And I tried to resist somehow, and the flashlights we were holding broke together. That was when the 2 flashlights were broken in Switchium. I couldn't see anything because of the flashlight. Because of the broken flashlight. I was right next to Kazuna-chan with the knife. I was really scared and tried to resist with my whole body. Honestly, I think it was pure luck that I didn't get hit by the knife. Well, you clearly did get hit because you bled out on your way out. By the way, suddenly Kazuna-chan at one point became real quiet, and that's when I took my chance to get out of the Switchium. You got out? Okay. Lawyer pointing out the obvious goal. Okay, you stabbed Kazuna while resisting without knowing it. When I looked at my hands in a bright place, I see a lot of blood. There's a lot of red on my clothes. I got in a panic and didn't look behind me, got out of the power room and ran to the bathroom to wipe the blood. So that's what happened. I was wiping it with water until the smell of blood was washed away, but then the announcement came out. Kazuna-chan was the one who I stabbed, was found, so my vision became white. After that, when I went to the power room, there was a fire for some reason. She's like, what the fuck happened here? I was gone for 2 seconds! And the switch room was all messed up. Other than yourself, there was someone else who touched the scene of the crime. Do you think it was you who killed her? That's not it. What happened was... That's how the events are connected. This is all I know about the case. And I meant to stab Kazuna-chan with evil intentions. Whatever the reason. Good or bad. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Once you look at the results, they are Akane stabbed Kazuna. This is a fact. You cannot change this meaning for whatever you might say. But you said I wasn't the culprit. Yes, you just stabbed her, like I said. There's another killer who caused the fire and the final blow. If the trial settles safely, it'll be the real criminal, not you, who's going to be executed. So your sins will be laid aside after the trial is over. Don't think you'll just go over it. Brother, self-defense. Clearly, you've got to know the concept of self-defense. Here, well, not an accident. This is, guys, I hate Tsurugi now, low-key. I like Tsurugi, but, you know, I like Tsurugi because of how fork found in kitchen he is. He is the pinnacle of being the ultimate cop, and you know what? It's just, yeah. Yeah. I believe you're the ultimate cop. Yeah. Besides, if Tomori hadn't been stabbed, then Akane would have died. That's right. Don't be too forceful with them. Akane herself is more distressed than anyone else. I'm sorry. 10 minutes. Oh my god. Hey, second to the fact that it was a crime or forced assault, the trial isn't over yet, right? Now that we know the case, we need to find the culprit, so let's not get excited just yet, children. Fine, let's talk about this later, because the trial is the most important thing now. Akane, don't blame yourself too much, because in the end you survived. For the most part, I think it's the best outcome that Akane lived. Isn't it important that she be alive? What the fuck? Ayami-chan. Thank you. Now then, let's organize the case based on Akane's words. Mori tried planning a killing a few days ago, and she called Akane to switch him to plan her crime with them and tried to kill Akane in the process. But her plan failed. She died. That's the story of this case. Hey, you stay still. There's a bit of mental curiosity in there. Now then, let's do a little bit of summary. Yes. Okay. We don't need to do this, please. I want to leave here as soon as possible, plan a murder before even the motives came out. Her rebellion was just an excuse. For the first time she tried to take, yes. If Kazuna worked with someone, it would have been easy for her to escape, but Akane refused. As expected, she tried to get rid of Akane, the one who heard her plan, and leave no traces behind. However, the attack was missed. Yes. Akane was surprised that she stabbed her. I want to make them stop yapping, please. Alright, end of discussion. Time to vote! Then, yeah, the killer made use of Akane's talent and put the blame on her in order to make us vote for her. Yeah, there was 3 people involved, so the case was as complicated as it is. By the way, no matter what happened this far, this would mean that she's not the culprit of this case, right? But then, who is the real culprit? The true culprit. The culprit's identity. Ah! What is it? Did you figure out something? Nope, it's just amazing that Kokawa is just very active participating in this conversation. I mean, I guess. Sure. Are you serious? I have to say. Hello? Why would they put this vibey soundtrack over this moment when I only have 7 minutes left? I have to say, there's already hints about the real culprit. What? Who is it? Really? Who is it? In general, there's no one who does not have a noticeable alibi other than Akane. In other words, it's possible for anyone to commit Wesker reference crime. Wesker just drops from the ceiling. Hello, Speak Academy. It is I. I am going to spread the T-virus now. I think that's what I have. I don't know. There's too many viruses in Resident Evil to keep count. However, there's only one of us who had led the situation to their advantage. Yes, and very precisely, might I add. There's someone like that? Who on earth? Surely it's not Akane. There's someone who has taken advantage of the circumstances of the case with too ridiculous timing that it could be simply a coincidence at first glance. He's spreading the T-virus. So true. Think about it. If the fire was not caused by Akane, then obviously the real culprit set the fire. But don't you think there's something amiss? When you leave a fire, the corpse would need to be burned, and you don't know when it could be found. But Ariame actually found it. Yes, Ariame found it. Well, if that's the case, the wire matters too. If you install a wire trap as bait for a burnt flashlight in the corner, there's a possibility that no one will find it, and it could end up just there, right? But it didn't, because... Huh? Isn't something a little weird? These fish add another added to the trial. What does the sighting between the fire and the wire have in common? If you think about it, you will see the answer. Oh shit! The person who led all the situations to their own advantage. The person who led the case so that they could solve it on their own accord. The only person in doubt. They are strong enough to instigate most of the incidents. Was the incident the first time they noticed the fire in the wire trap? No. Why? I have to stop thinking about that. The main thing is that they did this job. Okay. If you don't find the truth, then we all die. What is bro talking about? Okay. So, Tsurugi said that the real culprit is kind of played... the real culprit got extremely lucky, right? Because they planned... They lit the switchium on fire. But the problem is, if the fire went on for too long, then the corpse would be burnt. Luckily, the fire didn't go on for too long because Ayame found out that there was a fire and she called everyone to put out the fire. And then Tsurugi also said that the same can be said about the wire trap, right? Because the wire trap, the culprit installed the wire trap, but then it could have also been the case that no one actually fell for the wire trap. And then Kakaru's like, but that wasn't the case because someone actually fell for the wire trap. And who fell for the wire trap? Oh, the fact that... Fucking fraud. Ayame found the fire, and Ayame fell for the wire trap. As Tsurugi says, there's only one person, only someone who could have moved the situation to their advantage. That person is you, Ayame. You! What? Eh? Now what are you... Aida, did you get tired? Oh my god. The culprit was the one who hurt Ayame's leg. But what if Ayame's the culprit? She's aiming at her own leg? Nonsense! It would be more reliable to say I'm the one that's crazy. It's quite true. Please don't mess with me, Maeda. No matter what, Ayame-chan being the culprit is... That's right. Tsurugi, don't stand still and say something. Maeda seems to be losing it right now. No, that incompetent made a very precise reasoning, don't you agree? The culprit is Ayame Hatano. She must be. I'm not exactly denying it, but I don't have a clear picture. Can you at least try to clarify why you believe so? It's because of the few reasons Hinata is a suspect. The truth of the case is not strange to any of us. The reason is because Akane pulled the ceremony of the incident, and the killer was only a light maneuver in the scene. All of our alibis were also in the dark, and there are contradictions no matter who you put as the killer. He's so real, like, I'm lost too to win. However, that's why Ayame's actions were, and Ariana's behavior were unnatural. What are you talking about? The killer made an alibi trick by building a fire and finishing Tomori herself, in which Akane couldn't. Until here, everyone understands, right? Then here, who was the first person to discover the fire? Ayame. But there's no way to call someone a culprit with just that. True. Oop. You shut up, secondhand killer! Oh, why'd you say it like a slur? You're on thin ice, pal. You're on thin ice. It's not just that. And oh my god. Alright. Even though the corpse was found, the killer installed a wire trap as if aiming at someone. And who was the person who discovered this? That was also Minato. Let's think. At best, she made an alibi trick if someone else finds it first. There'll be too many dangerous variables. But if you set the fire, you can create the best situation you want. That's... Are you referring to the situation where the criminal himself is putting off the fire with other people? That's right, because the original purpose of the killer's fire was to break the glass and heat it to make someone think that the person escaped. If the killer was with the other people in that situation, they would have their own alibi. The Gundam technique, if you will. Also didn't work out for him. Famously, very risky, high risk, high reward. Did not work out for both of them. Well, it's a crappy trick, so I didn't even doubt it from the beginning. In addition, Hana would have had enough time to install the wire. Listening to Akane's story, Tomori brought all the tools, so you can use them in the arms of the dead Tomori. Then, no, but Ayame-chan... Well, there must be something wrong with that. I mean, it could be a coincidence. Now there's a culprit just like that? Why is the person who's picked being silent, but the others are so noisy? Hey, why are you being quiet? Are you exercising your right to remain silent? Do you think this is a joke? It's just that it's sort of... How much of this case is left? How much of this case is left? The way that there's not even a save here is what's killing me. The way that there's not even a save here. I need to see. I need to see. Oh my god. In the Weeby news video, there is 2 hours left. She's at 3 hours and 33 minutes on her stream. Damn near where I'm at, actually, on my stream. And there's still 2 hours worth of content left. What the fuck? Leave the game open until tomorrow. I got that right. Oh my god. Alright, I'll do a little bit more, but yeah, no, this stream, we're wrapping it up like in like 10 minutes max. Oh my god. 2 hours is crazy. Yeah, no. Oh my god. Okay. Let me get to this little bit, because I'm sure we're gonna do a non-stop debate. I'll do one non-stop debate and then I'm ending the stream. 1 AM stream. No. I'm still standing here and I'm still being treated like a criminal. I mean, this isn't funny. Ayame-chan, you can't be the culprit. Oh, nothing to object then? Of course, you don't seem to realize it yet. I'll tell you why I can't be the killer. Well, this is my one non-stop debate.
I'm gonna guess this is a wire trap. Why can't you be the culprit? Okay, looks like you guys are missing one thing in particular. Maury's time of death. Do you remember it? Oh. Time of death. Was it not specified in the Monokuma file? Oh, correct. 9:30 p.m. It's set around that time, right? Isn't that weird? Yeah, around 9:30 p.m. I was putting the fire out with Injo and the others. Okay. Accurately, that's true. But that you do not have to say all that. You can just say accurate. So what happened? Mori might have told someone to meet at 9:30 p.m. and she was stabbed in surprise. Yeah. How do you stab someone? Well, I guess you have to like, right? But still, that seems you wouldn't catch them by surprise at that point. You have to overpower them, right? Because the moment you try to like move your arms around here, they could just. Now, is that really so? What? Is this your opinion, Hinato? Because the time of death is 9:30 p.m. The culprit killed Tamori by stabbing Tamori at 9:30 p.m. Of course, Tamori's death is a stabbed neck. As a reminder, it must have been an instant death at the moment. No, it was not. She died painfully. That's she died painfully. Yo, Karma was so fast acting. Tsuna. She's like, Karma was like, oh, you tried to kill someone and ended up dying instead? Yeah, crazy how that is. I'm gonna make your death slow and painful. That's not the case. Huh? Even if you argue that Hinata's words are true at first glance with putting some consideration in the circumstances, at the time, the killer was not already in the Switchium. Yeah, that's right. You have no choice but to. This is the problem you solved earlier, right? From the time the fire started to ignite, Tamori must have been stabbed by her knife.
Yes, otherwise the alibi trick of breaking a window remotely would be meaningless. But then, what happened to Tamori's time of death? No matter how you think about it, Tamori's death at 9:30 p.m., it makes no sense.
Everyone listen carefully. From here on out, the reasoning behind this is a little mixed, meaning perhaps Tamori, before Hinata discovered the fire, it may have been already around 9 o'clock with the knife in her neck. You're telling me... Wait, stop. You're telling me she got stabbed at 9. The Monokuma file said that she died at 9:30 though. So you're telling me from 9 o'clock she got stabbed to 9:30 he was bleeding out? Oh my god. No way, right? What? Deserved? Super grotesque! That's far-fetched, mate. Are you really thinking about it? Are you able to prove that a human being can live for 30 minutes with a throat pierced? That's what I'm wondering. Is that actually possible? I don't really believe it either, but I'm not saying that this is for no reason. There's evidence Tamori survived that long. First thing I could think of was because of Nori. Thanks a lot. Me? Welcome to Fact or Cap. I would search it up, but I feel like that would put me on a watch list if I search it up, so I'm just going to take the game's word for it and say that it is possible. That was when Inara was investigating, wasn't it? Remember what you said to me earlier, examining Tamori's body? What should I say? It's a terrible amount of bleeding. Humans die of excessive bleeding when about 1/3 of the blood volume flows out, but this is not about 1/3 as you can see. It's amazing that even this amount of blood came out. The wound on her neck is definitely fatal, but it would have been coagulated to some extent. Oh, she didn't die from the throat pierce. She died from her stomach wound. Was that what I'm getting? No, because then the Monokuma file said it was the throat, so I'm confused again. Think about it, around 9:30 p.m. Tamori just had stabbed
on her neck. If she died when we found it, the blood would not have been spread out. Of course, when we discovered it, there was still a little bleeding, but most of this started to harden, and it's unnatural to say that such a deep liquid had been flowing after 9:30. That makes sense, but Maeda, did you forget? Tomori's wound is not just the neck, it could have flowed out of her stomach wound. Of course it's possible, but there's another proof that says she's been alive for a long time before being stabbed in the neck. Tomori died in a blow as soon as her throat was pierced. There were signs that she never would have been there. Because Tomori knew who the real killer was, who killed them other than Akane, such a marker was written by them. Oh, the dying message, yeah. Dying message. Damn, she wrote that message in the dark, by the way. Honestly, kind of impressive, right? Because the flashlight broke, so she was just there. Bro. Wait. I had another layer of fucked this is. When the room was on fire, she was still alive. She was still alive when the room was on fire. Right? Because at 9:30... Yo, this game... Kazuna went through it. Her death is so graphic. It's literally just Akane just stabbed her in the throat, and Ayami gave her the finishing blow. But it was literally just that. Akane stabbed her in the throat. Ayami finished it off. Two simple things led to such a gruesome death. Oh my god. Dying message? Didn't that story end earlier, pointing to the maid word? Yes, but when I came back to it, I could see something I didn't see before. There's a big X after the word. Maid? Meaning is correct. As we guessed before, not the maid. Aw, wait, did Ariyami put that? Did Ariyami modify the message so that, that we didn't suspect Akane, but only inadvertently made us suspect Akane? To think of it, was it written by Tomori? I thought Akane wrote it as a self-act. It was the reason we found a dying message. I mentioned this before, but after seeing the blood, I just went to the bathroom right away. I couldn't afford to think about that. Yeah, it's not Akane, it's likely the former idea. It's okay, she did her best. She looked at it, she's like, oh shit, it says maid. Yeah, I'm just gonna, not the maid. Yeah, that should tell them that it wasn't Akane. And then she left. Tomori wrote the word maid in her own blood to let us know. If that's the case, why is there an X next to it? It wasn't the criminal's own doing, but the reason the victim herself adds an X and writes not the maid. I see. She tried to correct the dying message as she wrote maid because there was another person who stabbed her in the neck. Well, she was... No. So much worse, actually. So much worse. You're telling me Kazuna, dying in the room alone, in the dark, starts writing off, it was a cut, and then she gets stabbed again while she's writing her dying message. So then Kazuna has to be like, what the fuck? And then she has to put a big X and be like, never mind, it wasn't Akane. This is insane. It really is. It really is. Bro, they put her through the ringer. Oh my god. The concept of being stabbed by another person while you're leaving your dying message telling you who's the first person that stabbed you was. Oh my god. No, that's it. That's it. We have to end it here. This is such a high note. This is actually such a high note to end it on. Oh my god. So anyways, guys. Yeah. That was that's the second case. Yeah, so the reason why I was confused, case 2 and case 4 are the only two cases where I actually know more about. Like they're the ones that I know the most about. So going into this, I knew that Kazuna tried to kill Akane, and I knew that Akane killed Kazuna in self-defense, and I knew that Ariyame ended up doing the finishing blow, making her the real killer. Which is why I was so confused about the wire trap, and I'm confused. I want to see how it's explained, because why did she mutilate herself? Right? She set up the wire trap.
And then she walked into the wire trap, making it so that she can never run again, even if she wins this case. So I'm a little confused about that. She forgot. Insane. Insane answer. Honestly, yeah, she's gonna be like, setting up this wire trap. Whoever walks out first is I'm gonna send them to investigate the flashlight, and they're gonna get fucked up by this wire. And then she sees Yuki, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, Yuki, I'll go investigate that." And the minute the words leave her mouth, she's like, "I can't not investigate after saying that I'll investigate it." Low key, some shit I would do. Yeah, I'm actually interested to see what the actual reason is, though. It would be hilarious if she legitimately forgot about the wire trap, though, but I don't think so. Because it would be, you know what? If it is the case that Ariame forgot about her own trap, I will do a $10 giveaway. I'll do a $50 giveaway. Yep. That's I'm standing on it. If she legitimately forgot. Yeah. So I don't like doing this, but I legitimately cannot continue the trial anymore. So to make up for the fact that I'm breaking up a trial, I will be streaming tomorrow, Sunday. I'm not doing another Danganronpa week. I'm not doing that. But I will be back tomorrow to finish up the trial. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow to finish the trial.